Bada bing. Bada boom. All right, we should be live everywhere now. Been a couple days. Had a lot going on. Trying to get this playset finished. We're down to the finishing touches on it though, which is exciting. And in addition to that, it started raining today. And so I have the whole day off and it started raining. So what we're going to do is seize the moment, take the opportunity. We're going to try to stream quite a bit today. That's the goal, at least. I have no idea how successful we'll be or how long we're going to be able to go, but we're going to try to stream for quite a while. What's up, Tiago? How's it going? Okay, I think I've got everything where I want it again. So, last episode we left off where we needed to make the SPS. We hadn't made it yet. We had started making it, but we hadn't yet. So the plan for today is actually to make that. So I remember there's a quest line for it. And the only reason I'm going to look at the quest line is because it's going to be a lot easier if I just know exactly what I need to make it. Y'all, what's up, your dad's car? JR, how's it going? Good early afternoon. How's it going? Yeah, I'm off of work today, so I get to stream, which is really nice. So what we're looking for, those are machine upgrades, is none of this. Mechanism reactors. This guy. I'm just going to write this down, I think. That way I know I have it all. VGA TTS is more fun than normal ATM. I was thinking about that earlier today. I think the only thing I don't like about To This Guy is the early game of it. Like it's so restricted and you have to follow a certain progression. I think I would love in all the mods 10 with the mods and star crafting of all the mods 10 to the sky, but not in a skyblock world. I think that would be optimal for me. Hey John, wanted to shout out and thank you for your content. ATM 10 playthrough is teaching me so much. Hey, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm very glad that it's helping. That's the goal. That's why I make the content. So the fact that it helps people is always very encouraging to hear. I need 60 casings. How much is that? 64 plus 58. 4 plus 58. What would that be? Why is my brain not going? 72 plus 50, 122? Y'all, what's up, Tortson? How's it going? Structural glass. I need... How many SPS ports do I need? I'm doing really well. How are you doing today? Thinking it's 5 SPS ports. Because ideally we put one of these on each side, right? 2 super... 3 ports? Okay. Wait, but that is 1 in... Power out. Power in? No, antimatter. Power, polonium, antimatter. Yeah, so... But shouldn't there be 2 powers? 1 on each end? For 2 of these supercharged coils? You can have multiple power if you want. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with 4. Just so I can have the 2 supercharged coils on each side. Okay. We're going to go in here real quick. We're going to search SPS. SPS ports. We said we wanted 4 of those. Oh, I haven't linked them. Okay, well, you guys get to see the cool thing. I finished up this. And I'm actually super happy with how it looks. Finally, Hey Ben, howdy chat. What's up, Cryptex? How's it going? How are you? I'm doing really well. Yeah, it's been a long day. So I'm very happy with how most of this turned out. The only thing is, don't go around the side because I've done nothing on the sides of the back yet. But the front looks really nice. Yo, what's up, Jake? How's it going? So my plan, as it stands right now, is to put one hole in here, run a pipe in, and pump the polonium in like that. That's the goal. Make sure that's locked, right? Yeah, I do want the configuration tool too. So we lock it specifically to that. What's up? How's it going, the drama life? How are you? And then I do also want to make sure, I think this one is already, I did link. Okay, now back to where we were. Let's start with structural glass. Structural glass, we said I need 122 of. Start that. SPS casings, I need 60 of these. Start that. SPS ports, I decided on 4. And then supercharged coils, I decided 2. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very happy with how it looks. I think it turned out really well. All right. Those 2 are done. What are we missing here? I was prepping some ethene still. So I did set up a couple other machines here, just so that it could make all of the other things it would need to make the SPS casings. But that didn't take very long and was not very difficult. So that should be everything I need to build this. Then I just have to remember how to actually build it and what it looks like. I know it's not super complicated, but I think it's going to take a little bit of time for me to remember. But it hasn't made any of the SPS casings yet. Oh, we're still waiting on all the HPDE pellets. That's right. Perfect. So, I think I can start with the glass, right? Unless I'm mistaken, yeah, this is what it looks like. So 3 on each side. So I'm going to build it up here like we said, with a little bit of a gap on each side. Well, that's not where that goes. Okay. John Hall's Peak, thank you. I appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. Okay, so we've got that, and that's basically just going to be the exact same on every side with the casings built in around it. That's not complicated, so... Oh, the casing's finished. Sweet. They're my last 2 ports. 52 casings. So some of the casings got used for other things. So these guys make me another 10, and we'll use what we have in the meantime. So my plan for this, it does not go there, does it? Or it is that, and then it's built onto the side. It is that. Okay, so then it's this. And then you go up 1 there. Out 1 here. Y'all, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. 3. Down 1 there. So the plan is to have 1 port here, and then 1 port on this side. Two, 3. Sorry, I'm focusing really hard trying not to misplace anything because I know I'm going to be made fun of if I do. All right, there's that. Break out the middle one. This one's also going to be power. By the way, last stream was someone was saying you should use the template for the fuel setup, but it was actually broken. From what I saw, when you use a building gadget to place a mechanism machine, it completes zeros on all sides of the... Oh, interesting. Hard part, actually, you have to radiate the pipe without it leaking by accident. That's true. That's true. It shouldn't... Hope it's not too bad. I'm just going to build pipes. Actually, yeah, so this one's going to come down in front. Nope, not a port. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All that's good. Do the same thing down here on the bottom. And this is where our antimatter is going to come out of, I believe. So grab the glass again. And then put one port right there. So then I still need to get inside of here because I need to put my 2 supercharged coils on. One there, one there. And then I think the plan was to have polonium go through the middle on this side. I know they don't have to be in the middle. I think I'm just planning on them all being in the middle. So we'll put polonium in here. And then we'll run pipes out from here straight out to the top. So we're getting closer there. I'm gonna have to build myself from one side to the other on this top part, because otherwise I will be locked in here. I think ideally I'd like to not be. Okay. So then I just have these corners to do. I do remember the actual build of this being by far the most complicated part the first time I made it. But this time, at least, it wasn't nearly as bad. Hey, we did it. Okay. So I put flux points on each side of this, right? Or do I have it pull power out of my ME system? It's funny that you're working on this. I just finished up making all the animatic for my TM10 playthrough world. Nice. Hey, that's excellent. I was kind of dreading doing it, which is why I've waited until now to do it. Okay, so that's done. Use a point won't be enough from the system. Use a flux point's more stable. Okay. Flux point. So I need another one of those. Right there. Select the network. This guy. Same thing. Fill it out. And be careful so you don't do what I did. What did you do? Took me a couple days and realized my flux point wasn't giving enough power, so I took a rather long time for all 36. Gotcha. When I released the Wither and Warden due to power loss. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. So here's what I'm going to do to prevent that. I'm going to take this guy right here. Network selection. I'm going to create a new network. We're going to call this Must Stay Up. That's actually a fantastic point. So we're going to connect that to this network. Then we're going to run into our chain, because I did that too in my All the Mods 10 world. Personal shrinking device. We'll jump in here. Yeah, so if you just make a second power source, And then make sure this guy is on must stay up. And these guys are on must stay up, then you're good to go. Easy as that. Running two networks is always easier to manage. I agree. Because everything else that I'm running, I don't care if it goes down. But if that wither gets out, it's going to be a pain. Like a really big pain. Have you used Flux Mutt? What makes it better than Power and Intergates? Realistically, there is absolutely no power limitation on it at all. You can just turn off the limits and do whatever. Plus, it provides some pretty early game player charging, which is nice. Okay, so I should take my ultimate pressurized tubes, start from here, right? And then run it over. Where's the hole at? There it is. Like, I know it's here somewhere. There it goes. I should just plug it in and it should start working. And I can hear it going. So I'm assuming it's working. It is. So it worked through everything we had already. Very nice. Okay, so next up, antimatter. I want the chemical crystallizer. That's not it. Chemical crystallizer, that's the one. I should be able to move it all. Got it. Okay. Should be able to just put it there and then add another flux point to the back. And then I'm literally just going to put a drawer underneath it. Okay, your config, side config, chemicals, input from the top, items, output to the bottom. I'm going to grab a drawer. Perfect. Like that. Do you have fissile reactors? Yeah, the first one. I've got whatever the normal reactor is. I've not... Recommend setting a limit on the SPS energy input so you don't just run completely out. 20 million FE should be fine for this. Okay. If I did 10 million aside. 10, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then don't bypass limit. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't bypass limit. So I'm going to recommend going for the bees. You can get rid of the fissile. Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I will say using Tortson setup, it's pretty effective though. Like, this is remarkably fast. So what I really want to do here, turn it on. This should start running. We should start getting a ton of that. Should be able to come back here. We should be getting a ton of polonium now. And that thing is working through it pretty quick as soon as it gets it. And then... chemicals, input. Do I have to set side configs on this to push the antimatter out the bottom? That's the only thing I don't know. So chemical items, eject on to the bottom. So it should be a chemical that I'm inputting from the top, right? It has to have a pipe. That's so annoying. I wish I could just throw it directly on. All right, grab that too. So in that case, We move it one forward. We do the exact same setup. Like that. And that. Select the right network. Make sure all our side configs are still the same. This one's going to input from the back. So pressure tube will work fine, right?
Is
and then
Ilma says, maybe configurator works.
It might. But that works too. It looks like it's got the antimatter in there now. Yeah, it's consistently going. That's not bad. My reactors are looking, oh, pretty drained. Pretty drained. I'm glad I switched this. Switched the power. Oh, I'm supposed to configure the port there? Have it set up that way you can send it straight into the machine. Oh, that makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Waste is being all used. Yeah, now I don't touch it. Yeah, now we just leave it and we let it do its thing. And we make sure that it's going to work correctly. Waste is not going up at all. This is keeping up perfectly. We've got one bucket constantly. Make sure it's drain, like 400 ml fully running. Okay. That's pretty good. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how that's running. And it's filling up pretty quick, too. In my opinion, based on my experience, it's going pretty quick. We're about to have our first antimatter pellet, and I think I just need 2 for the first thing that we're making here. There we go. We got our first antimatter pellet. Sweet. Yeah, about the same speed yours was. What's your burn rate? 1,000. I think I've set it to 1,000. It may still be 750. I'll be honest, I was a little scared when I was turning that thing up. That's what I think it is, though. What Tortzen just said. It is 1,000 millibucks a tick. Yeah. We're kind of rocking and rolling a little bit on that one. That one's going pretty quick. All right, slash home. So that should take care of the rest of mechanism, which hopefully gets us the rest of this. Hopefully. So the next emitter. Do you think that's the only thing we have left for it? I do have the pattern. Oh, lithium. Forgot about lithium. Refined glowstone ingots. Refined glowstone ingots. Osmium compressor. Which I think we did set up. That is almost the max temp before it starts damaging the reactor. That makes sense. Infusing. Is this the one that does? No. This one. Okay. So, pattern time. This guy is going to be this, but I think it's 8 per 1 osmium? Or is it not? That's wild. That's actually crazy how close that is before damaging. Oh, okay. How much? On water, sodium can handle the full. Ooh, very nice. Yo, what's up, Abyss? How's it going? I was like, go higher if it allowed me to. That's crazy. Yo, what's up, Dead Soul? How are you? So, plan here. Find glowstone, right? But I need to tell it what to send, and I don't know the ratio at which to send it. This. If we said 1 ingot is 1 bucket. We think that's about right. This is the only one I have no clue what the ratio is on. Man, I'm doing really good. Is this 1 ingot? 0.2 is 1 ingot? So I could just swap that out for 1 ingot per recipe. Okay, awesome. That makes it a lot easier. So that should be correct now. Which means sodium is the only thing I'm really looking at. So sodium is that weird, annoying... Wait, is it sodium? Lithium. Lithium. Yeah, that stuff. Lithium dust, chemical crystallizer. I have to make the lithium, which is not that. This is the one I need the towers for, right? The thermal evaporation towers. So I take the brine. Sodium chlorine brine. 2 evaporation towers. Just do enough for bees? Yeah, I should. Okay. Evaporation towers. Controller and blocks, right? So each one just needs 1 controller. And then a valve, right? All right, so I'm going to make 3 patterns here. 1, 2, 3. And then I just need some sort of heat source between them, right? 1 controller and 3 valves per tower. Okay, 2 of those. Valves. 6. You make a lot of those. That one. These guys. Make a couple stacks of these real quick. And then we're just going to do this over here in the corner. Nope. That was the wrong block. So 3, 4. Is this an acceptable size? Does it have to be 3 by 3? Every other time I've done it, it's been 3 by 3. I got to do odd numbers. That's not going to work. Can I make really big ones? So if I did that, I could have 3 blocks in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. Any reason why when I'm trying to autocraft an enemy, I'm able to click the mouse button on the block I want autocraft. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it brings me to an autocraft page. Other times it won't pop up. 4 by 4 is the size of the tower. They have to be 4 by 4. Got it. In that case, we will make them 4 by 4. I am not sure why it wouldn't pop up for you. It always pops up for me. There's a small chance like there's something like maybe you don't have a recipe for, but that's the only thing I can think. Okay, we'll go with that. And then where my valves at? They get used? Oh, they're right there. I'm going to put one. Well, that's definitely not where I was looking. There. One on the front. And then I'm just going to do one on the opposite side because whatever. Then we do this. So my understanding is the valves are where it gets heat from, right? And lets stuff out. Let me grab the stick. No, stick doesn't work. That's so annoying. All right, so a sink goes into one to make brine, right? And then it goes into the other to make lithium, and then from there it goes into a chemical crystallizer to make the lithium dust. Is that all correct? The building gadget works? Okay. How many of these do I have left? Yeah, a stack and a half. All right, we'll make these a little taller. There we go. And it's as tall as I'm going for now. So, sinking pipes. I need pipes. Mostly fluid. I'll grab the advanced ones because whatever. And then a sink. Don't have a pattern for this still. I think Lex made fun of me for it last time. Still haven't done anything about it. And then my pipe wrench. Right there. Do that. What's up, Dawson? How's it going? Building gadgets works. Okay. So this one's getting water now. So then, what's the heat coil thing? Is it just like a... Because your recipe is really complex, needs a higher level of crafting computer. That's true. It also could be that. I didn't think about that one. But that's a really good point. Resistive heater. That's the one. I actually need 2 of these. 1 for each. If I would have put them closer together, I could have used the same one. But that's whatever. All right, 2 resistive heaters. I think they have to go in like this. And then like this. Then I can set them to whatever, right? What temperature do I set these to? Yeah? Oh, it needs power too. That's why I did it like this last time. Because then I can use that same flux point to power both of them. I knew there was a reason why I did that. Couldn't remember what it was, but I knew there was a reason. I usually do 10K. 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 Okay. So we got brine here now, that's for sure. Where... I'll put this port on the front. That was probably dumb, huh? I gotta run this across. And into this one. Pull it. And then give it an upgrade. There we go. So this should have max lithium. Oh no, not max, but it's getting there. This needs an upgrade. And now we should be pumping through some lithium. Do these explode or take damage or anything when they get hot? No? I hope not. Alright, so then I need a chemical crystallizer. And I'm not doing that again. We are actually making a pattern this time. Nope, no damage. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Chemical crystallizer. Start that up. I'm going to need a point. I don't need 100. But I am tired of grabbing them. Just make me one. All right. Chemical crystallizer's going right there. Fluid pipes. And then also fluid pipe is going to be input. Why is it not? Why is it not? Needs a condensator. Oh. Really? Okay. All right, I can get behind that. Especially since I could just do this. And then I'm now realizing I didn't do speed or energy upgrades on these or this guy. Hey, we got 3 antimatter pellets already. Look at us go. Throw that back. I do want to use both of these real quick too. The problem is I'm going to need to get it from there to there. So real quick, we're going to break that. I'm going to grab this. This guy's going to go down right here. You are going to, why is it not? Oh, because it's not such a pull. Pipe wrench. Pull it out. And then I should be able to throw one of those in there. You output, input, just input. Fluids. Does it need to go the other way? There it is. Okay, okay. So now it's just missing power, which we're going to provide, not really like that. Open to do this, and then an ultimate universal cable. One of those right there. So then that should go to lithium, and then fluids. Input, output, right? And then this one needs to be set for... So it's a chemical. Chemicals output. What am I doing wrong? Fluid input, chemical output. So fluid is inputting. Chemical should be outputting to here. There it was. That's what I was doing wrong. So now this thing will turn to lithium dust. But it should have power. Okay. How long have you been playing ATM packs? Oh, a while. I think the first real pack I played through was All the Mods 9. And I actually made it all the way through that one. So I've been playing for probably couple years now. Hey, how do I go to the other and other dimensions excluding the end of the nether? Yeah, the To the Sky does not have that. If you're playing normal All the Mods 10, then you can do that through the what's it called? Teleportation pad, I think is what it's called. So realistically what I should do here is take one of these and set it down here. Put those in it. Then lock it and link it. And then tell this guy for item configs, output to there. Right? Items. Auto eject. There we go. Okay, so that should just continually work now. I do want to throw a void upgrade on. Actually, it'll just stop once it's full and can't push anymore. That's going. That is a ton of liquid lithium in it. I love watching things work fast. All right, anyways, now I should be able to make this guy. The next emitter should be done now. We'll go ahead and craft that. Improbable probability device. I should be pretty close on. I don't think I locked this or linked it, but now it is. So the only thing I'm missing is the syringe. Target gas level 100. So I need a bunch of gas. Upgrade the drawer because I think you need more than 2k for the Starry Bee. But it'll keep going now, that's for sure. Okay. I think... So, I guess let's go take a look at that syringe thing. Because that is the only thing I need here. Syringe is not complicated to make. Craft it, and now I just gotta go find some gas. What's up with the next emitter here? What are we waiting on? Some mechanism stuff? Like it's getting there. Buy a squid spawn egg from the market and spawn it on witch water. And then mob swab and put it in a spawner. Which one's running? You? We will find a way. Here we go. Schedule 2 refined glowstone ingots. That should have auto output on. Oh, it has to be an advanced pattern. Okay. What I'm putting in is down and the osmium ingot is up. Advanced pattern provider. What I'm putting in is down. The osmium ingot is up. Grab that out. We throw it back in. Probably have to cancel this real quick and then restart it. There it is. Next emitter's done. Awesome. Yeah, it happens. I forget about those advanced ones all the time because mechanism machines are dumb. So, where does that leave us at? Where does the next emitter go? All the way on the right? That's 3 items left. Dude. We're getting pretty close. Okay. So we can knock that off the list. Improbable probability device is next. Just wait till you automate the potion brewer. Talk about dumb. Yeah, you're probably right. So occultism, draconic evolution. I do need some ender IO and draconic evolution for this. And then this one is just that flight module. So you said by squid spawn egg. Don't have a diamond on me. Grab one of those. And you said on witch water. Witch water. And then I need a mob swab. Mob. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some of this real quick just because I don't want to make a big old mess. Put that guy right there, spawn that guy right there, take you. Please stop. Don't break things. Don't break things. Thank you. And then we'll pick the witch water back up. I didn't really want to step in it, but here we are. Just noticed the market guy outside. Yeah, he's just hanging out. He's just doing his thing. He's chilling. All right. So we have the gas mob swab now. Give me a chicken. Feed. I want this one. And then we'll toss that out and we'll put this one in. So give me a gas spawn egg real quick. Thank you. This is my only spawner presently. Unless I have one in a cardboard box, which I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the nether real quick and we're going to find ourselves another spawner. And we're going to modify it. Maybe. What if I just swapped it from chickens to gas real quick? Do I have a chicken? I got a lot of feeds. The problem is I won't have any other chicken. How many eggs I got? 82. Surely out of that we're able to get one more chicken if we really needed it, right? Surely. Okay. In that case, I just want to take it somewhere where it's like going to be slightly easier to not have to worry about the... Actually, we're going to take it to our little platform out here. Chicken spawn egg for market to change it back. Oh, I don't know if a market has that, but if it does, that'd be super handy. Yes, you can buy chicken eggs. Okay, sweet. Then that's even easier. I really don't care then. We're going to throw that on there. The gas and there. It should have no AI. Okay, cool. So then I need my syringe. Oh, is it full? Oh, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think it was way worse last time. Okay, well, in that case, I think we have that whole thing done too. What is that guy? Improbable probability device. Oh no, we're missing some Ender IO stuff. That's right, because we need this vibrant capacitor. All right, let's go figure out Ender IO real quick. We're gonna put all its stuff right up here. I know for sure there are a couple of machines I'm going to need. We need an alloy smelter. A void chassis. There's that. I'm going to do some encoding for this, I think. There's an alloy smelter. And here's that void chassis. We'll throw both of these right into here real quick. And then we should be able to just make the alloy smelter. And then I'm going to want a couple pattern providers. Just so I can automate this. So I'm going to throw a pattern provider right there and there and there, because I don't remember how many machines there are, but I don't think there were too many more than 3. Alloy smelter can go right on there. You at least want that back. Okay. Alloy smelter. Grab an induction card. We will put it right in there. Insert any capacitor. Do I have any? Got these, but I don't think these work for this. They do, in fact, not work for that. So basic capacitor. Grab one of these real quick. Actually, can I make whatever the next one is? It takes energetic alloy, which I don't have yet. So in that case, we'll do this. And then, okay. Energetic alloy. Basically, we're trying to make some of these nice capacitors here, which shouldn't be hard. Just going to take a little bit of time to get to it. Energetic. Jetic. That stuff. In an alloy smelter. That should be right. So then I should be able to put that in there. And then make whatever that next level capacitor is. Rafi, I appreciate the follow. Thank you, sir. Capacitor. Double layer. Gotta get a couple more patterns, I guess. This one needs a pattern. Toss it in there. Maybe? It does. Okay, so now pattern encoding, I should be able to do the double layered one. And I'm just going to go ahead and make this pattern, knowing full well I can't make it yet, but could make this. Okay, so then that goes in there. And in here, I dump these two. And then hopefully, make like 4 of these now. If I remember correctly, this guy's really slow, right? Okay, so it's not pushing stuff out. There it goes. Okay. Now it sends it all back, which is what we want. I probably should use the nicer capacitor just for this even, right? Because that's going so slow and using so much power. Okay, while that's running, let me go grab a drink and I'll be right back. All right. Does anyone know the name of the mode or item will let you create virtual access of a block? Yeah, it's entangled. Entangled blocks is the one that I always use. Okay, so I should from here now be able to schedule 8 vibrant alloy blocks. Okay, why is that not running? Is it because I set it to push? Does it need to be push and pull? There it is. Okay. All right, I goofed up there. So once that's done, I should have one of the nice capacitors to put in there, which should be nice. What's up, Lex? How's it going? I've heard so spatial blocks the same as entangled. Are they the same thing? Because I've never used spatial blocks. I have used entangled blocks quite a bit. And they're incredibly useful. Never played with it? Gotcha, okay. Oh, that's so much better, okay. So that capacitor back in there. So I think... Vibrant capacitor bank, copper alloy ingot, and vibrant crystal. All right. Ender IO. Vibrant copper, this one. It's super easy. And then the crystal, vibrant crystal, is this. Vibrant alloy nuggets. That. Okay, this is going to be like the easiest time I've ever gone through Ender IO. So, nope. That one. Cool. So that should kind of just work now. Spatial IO is like compact machines. You can send blocks in an area in a cell and they get stored in a separate dimension you go into. I have a lot of stuff to share in ATM servers. First of all, I want to create mega stuff for house and their networks, but it's just fast enough as it is right now. That's fine. Or just if you can trap yourself in it, that'd be crazy. Well, that's cool. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. That's everything for this, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're down to 2 items for the star now. Where does this one go? Okay. These 2 right here. Philosopher Fuel and Dragon Soul. But one of those things is going to be getting all the Draconic Evolution stuff set up. Yeah, sure. So this one I've got 3 gems of the Warlord and then 1 of the other ones. Can I see it? Is there an easier way to see this? I don't know if there's an easier way to see that. This one's got 2 of the health ones and then 2 more gems of the Warlord. 2 of the same as above. 1 of the... I can't remember what any of them are called. And then we got a bunch of luck and step height and max health on this one. So that's what's there. The sword near the mute thing in the sword. And then right. But how do I see what gems I have on? Click hide unchanged. Okay. So these just show what all the modifiers do, right? It doesn't actually show you what the gems are. That's a lot of luck. Max health is pretty crazy. Oh, the gems you have? Yeah, it's not easy. I agree. Other than like going to the mob farm into my chest gem and being like, okay, so on my helmet I have 2 of these and 1 of these, right? Other than doing that, or 3 of these and 1 of those. Yeah, that's about all you have to do. But would highly recommend getting a nice mob farm set up. Gems of the Earth are the ones I was talking about for my leggings. But let's head home. All right. We said there's like 2 things left to do, right? Occultism and Draconic Evolution. Because we have everything else currently. And Eclipse Ember blocks. I still need to do that, but that's really easy and won't take a lot of time. We could go ahead and do the Sentient Enders. Just get some Witch Soul Vials. Yo, what's up, Alex? How's it going? How are you? Man, we're doing well. We're hanging out. We're doing really well. I'm finally getting some time back. When I was on PTO for parental leave or whatever, I ended up working quite a bit, and so my boss gave me a bunch of time back for it, so I get the rest of the week off, which is excellent. I'm so excited. I agree. I think we're gonna do the sentient ender ones real quick, just because I don't want to have to mess with it.
The server to 4.11.
Yeah. Yes, I absolutely can do that. I think it's a soul splicer, right? Ender IO. The soul binder? I don't think. Slice and splice, that's the thing I need. Okay, that's a lot that I don't have. Solarium ingots, alloy smelting. I gotta get patterns. This thing, like that. We'll throw it in there. Yo, what's up, Debbie Zombie? I'm doing really well. You can use the Enderman heads from Hostile Neural Network, by the way. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. No. That makes a lot of sense, Lex.
Nom says, is not a question to do it, is a question if you do it. Tell us BCS I don't want to load 4.10 and then I need 4.11.
So I'm a weird server owner. I will only update it if somebody asks or requests. So if you ask and request, I will update it. If not, it'll probably stay the same version. I only noticed after farming half of them manually. Yikes, that's unfortunate. Doing well, just chilling with the baby. Now watching some Minecraft experts walk through Guru through the ATM TTS star. Heck yeah. Nick, the answer to your question, I kind of have enjoyed To the Sky more. Like I was saying earlier, I wish I had the full progression, with the exception of the early game, of To the Sky and how it utilizes the mods, but in a non-Skyblock world, and I think that would be an optimal all the mods 10. Can't you use a wither skull? Yeah, and that's what I'm planning on using for this. Because you can do the wither skeleton skull too. But that's just for this craft. I don't know what else you need it for. I'll have to go look at that. Still on this here. Slice and splice, need this guy. There's that one. And that one. And then I need one of these. These just require so much random stuff. Solarium ingots, and then the chain quartz dust is a crusher. I don't know if I've done that one already. If I do, it's down a level. Nope. Perfect. We'll throw that in there. The rest of those all go into here. And then I should be able to craft the slice and splice. By the way, are you watching Big Jim's playthrough? The whole not saving challenge is looking cool. I am. I've watched both episodes. That's what I spent the like hour before streaming doing today, is watching that. And you're right, it looks really cool. The concept is super interesting. Okay, so there's that. We'll throw that into here. And then create the slice and splice. About halfway through regular all the mods 10 your vids are on automation, save me literal hours of headache. Thank you a lot. I'm so glad. I've been strongly considering redoing that video because there's a couple in there that you can do a lot more efficiently with less needs for like chests to go in between. But I appreciate you saying that it helped because they were all functional, and I did really enjoy making that video. Oh, and did you watch Flame speedrun only 10 hours for the star? I watched some of it. I specifically watched his fight with the chaotic dragon, the chaos dragon, which I thought was fascinating. I don't know if y'all have seen that yet, but if you haven't, definitely go watch it. It's quite impressive. I assume this is going to need one of these. Yeah, he did it in only 10 hours. The plan for today's stream is pretty simple. Didn't know swappers would do that. I didn't either, but it was really cool. By any chance, can you get a Chaos Dragon trophy? I have no idea if you can, but it would be super cool. So there's this. So then, slice and splice. I'm going to need to go in here to the configuration and set the bottom to push-pull. Because I need to make ender resonators. Gonna take an axe of any sort, really. All the modium will work great. And some shears. Shears. There we go. That's how you spell that. And we'll toss these in here. I don't plan on using this enough for it to matter. I need an induction card in there, though. Induction card. Like that. Frozen shears are your favorite. You can capture the scales from the Guardian and leave it on the stasis chamber at your base. Ooh. That'd be cool. That would be really cool. All right, induction card is going in here. Then I need patterns. For this. Oh, this is the one that needs that Enderman head. I don't know if I have any of this. So Ender, let me just go look real quick. Ender. I don't. So in that case, because I've been tipped off on how to do this, we're gonna Wither Warden, grab ourselves a model framework real quick. And our deep learner. And this should take like literally 3 seconds to get a self-aware one. Mod farm control. I want to make sure this is turned off. And I can probably leave that on, but we're going to turn this on real quick.
Lex Unam says,
gotta fly up a little higher.
Forget, put the block to full push on the block.
So loud. Dude, why are my headphones so loud? That was so loud in my ears, dude. It's just gonna do it again. Which one's turning the volume down? Neither of these are. Just gonna do it? Thank goodness. Okay. Yeah, that was so painful. I don't know if it was loud for y'all or not, but that was so loud for me. Super, I need 21 more. Double wear, excellent. Okay, so now we can turn this off. Oh, great. Turn that off. Alright, there's 64 Enderman spawns. Great. Just what I've always wanted. Anchor mute for it? That's true. I really should have done that. Gym of the Mage Slayer. So many backpacks, too. Okay, alright. That's much better. Much better. Okay, we're going to turn the volume back up a little bit now. Jeez, that was rough. Who the worst sounds a horse death and an Enderman? That's true. Also, the noise that it makes when you defeat the Ender Dragon. Oh my goodness, it's so loud. There we go. All right, so I should be able to just head home now. And then go into here. Hello, which block is needed to make my water bees work? So, teach a man to fish here, right? If you were to go into any bee, you go to a bee specifically, let's take a look at your water bee. And inside of here, you right click on the bee. So if you left click it, it shows up with this page, how to find it, how to get it. If you right click on it, it shows all these other options. This one right here, bee flowering. it will show you what block is needed for the bee to flower on. So you can do this on any bee that you have. And so for this one specifically, you're looking for an actual source water block. Hopefully that helps and makes it a little easier to figure it out in the future. The fact that you'll stop to answer questions and give examples on stream is awesome. Okay, so to be clear, I stream for 2 reasons. Number one, so that I can learn things from other people, right? Because if I stay siloed in my own little, I know how to do things kind of way, I'm never going to learn anything. Nothing's ever going to get better. I'm never going to realize that you can teleport mobs with Ars portals, that kind of thing, right? And so I do it to learn stuff from you guys, first of all. And second of all, I do it so that I can help answer questions and other people can help answer questions in like a real-time kind of format, right? So like if you guys are actually struggling with something and trying to figure it out and I've got it built in my world, I don't mind at all taking a couple seconds to go look at my setup so that you guys can see how to do it. So I get that you think it's cool, but that's why I do this, you know? That's why I enjoy doing this live. Otherwise, I could just do all the boring stuff off stream and then, you know, we could do interesting stuff on stream. But doing some of the other more grindy stuff gives me an opportunity to, you know, show people how to find the source blocks for bees and stuff like that. So I don't know. I enjoy doing that. I really do. Like I've said before, the reason I do this whole thing is because I really enjoy actually helping people. And so, you know, the more I'm able to do that, the better. We're going to let this one go through. Hopefully it doesn't have anything picked. It doesn't. So we got Enderman heads now. Okay, this one. Slice and splice. I should be good. Ender IO. 20 Enderman heads ought to be enough for me to make 10 of these. So we'll start that up. And then I need witch vials, right? So I got to go find some witches somewhere. Soul vial filled with witch. ATM 10 world download is in the Discord. I'm going to do another world download of the To the Skies world today, as soon as I'm done streaming. But the one for all the mods 10 is in the Discord, under the world download section.
Lex Unam says, I need a shift ton of liquid source, like a ton, and my bead configuration is not fast enough. Why it need to be liquid, dang it.
Yeah, for real. I get that. Okay, so those should be going into resin. Oh, it is. It is. It's just going slowly, but it's working. So I got 2 ender resonators, which should theoretically be all I need actually for right now. Any tips on how to get witches? Phantoms. I don't want phantoms. Which spawn eggs, that's enchantment. So I guess it's just gonna have to be I go and find witches in using my overworld mob spawner. Polywand. Polywand. What's up? Polywand. Polywand. Polymorphic wand. Oh, that checks out. What does it do? Polymorphic catalyst. Fluid canister. Dr. J, thanks for being a great and kind resource for everyone.
Kind resource for everyone, and fostering a great community.
Ah, thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind. It should be !Discord, but I have not tried it on Twitch, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, there it is. So there's the link for the Discord. There's a bunch of channels in there with like SFM code and build stuff, and there's channels for you to ask questions. Tortson, Lex, and Elysium are all in there, and they all help answer questions, which I appreciate tremendously. I'm gonna let it play, but that was sassy. Just so you know.
Lex Unam says, an RNG until you get a witch, and mob swab it.
I heard the sass in what you were saying, just so you know. Polymorphic fluid. All right, and then, so that means give me some water. And some dirt. The ghast will remember? No. I hope you know, I had to do that ghast thing again like 10 minutes ago. And I instantly got a ghast spawn egg by swabbing it. And spawned it in using a spawner, just so you know, for that same thing that happened oh so long ago. All right, so that's full. So I just need any mob and then just swap it. Do I have anything? I'm just going to grab a zombie real quick. And I kind of... Does this work with a spawner? Something gets spawned in with a spawner? Did you know that gas thing since episode 2? No, I didn't. I had everything built for it, but I hadn't actually filled the syringe with the gas until I made this right here. But what I'm thinking is I do this, I turn it on, it should have no AI, so it shouldn't go anywhere, so I should hopefully be able to polymorphic wand it and do whatever. Does it need to be dark? It probably does. What's the thing for ignoring conditions on a spawner? Spawner. Conditions is a conduit. 8 people said conduit. Yes. There we go. Well, that makes sense. Of course it's going to burn. Okay, that's not what we want. That's also not what we want. That ain't it. Okay, so it doesn't keep the whole no AI thing. That's unfortunate. There's that. I should have kept one probably, but here we are. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's funny as heck. I sent him to the void. I don't care about any of that yet. I want to spawn one more in. Also, I don't even have a mob swab on me right now. Mob. Swab. I'm going to grab one of these. Otherwise, Lex will yell at me. I do a lot to try to avoid Lex yelling at me. Thanks again, Dr. Jake. I appreciate that. Waiting for a zombie midday for real. Yeah, that... Okay, Blaze, no. Ooh, that's a cool one. Why do they keep turning into witches? Or gas? Okay, well there goes my entire polymorphic wand. Well, this didn't quite work out the way I hoped it would. And I think I let a gas loose in my world. I did. So I guess I need another polymorphic wand. Make the advanced one that uses power. You know, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Wand. Blaze jet, time wand, polymorphic wand. Make one of these real quick. I assume you have to have, yeah, the regular one to make the advanced one. Throw this guy in here, and then I still have to fill it with polymorphic catalyst. Don't you have... I do have a mob farm, but the problem is there's so many mobs going through there, there's no way on Earth I'm going to be able to filter it. And so the idea here is I'm going to be just getting witches. That's what we're trying to go for, at least. whether or not that's going to be effective, the issue with the mod form is too quick and spammy. Exactly, yeah. It would be so hard to actually be able to click on a witch before it died. The advanced one, you can click a mod to save it, and then every other mob you right click will turn into the saved mob. Oh, very nice. Polymorphic catalyst. We will throw that into here and make me like 100 of them. You can disable that too if you don't want it to save a mob. Okay. So forgot I had my magnet on. All right, so now I should theoretically just be able to slash back. I didn't mean to break the lever. Here we are. Okay, turn that off.
Alex Best says, just thinking about early at John Hall trying to make every beat and every moss seed, now watching this use of a poly wand, oh how you have grown.
That's true. I've been considering as like an extension for this, trying to do both of those things again. Is it not weird for me to just get absolutely no witches like that? Like... Got him. You said shift click? And then now everything I touch will go to that? I don't even have my soul vials. Hold up. I'm throwing. Give me a second here. Yeah, that was a long time ago, Alex. That was several playthroughs ago. But good times for sure. I love that I get to see the TTS before it comes through.
Lex Unam says, all of us that are here have also no witches.
Soul vial. All right, so I gotta make a pattern for something. That will be fine already. Okay. How do I primitive alloy smelting that? Wrong way. Toss that in there. Make me some soul vials. I should just do a pattern for it. Like that. Make some of these. Yoink. So now you're saying, because I shift right clicked that, anything that I hit with it will become a witch. Very nice. Okay, so that should be what I need for now. We'll slash home real quick. I'm going to take my 2 soul vials with my 2 ender resonators, and those go into something. At this point, I'd put it on some edit pad because you're running out of space. I don't think on these guys, on the Ender IO things, I don't think I'm really running out of space yet. Not yet. I think I might eventually, but I also think I have everything I need. One second. At Ender IO, I'm looking at making this dude, which is a soul binder. So it's close. I'm going to make patterns for it, which is why I canceled out of all of that. This guy needs a pattern. And then I need a pattern for Z-Logic controller as well, which will go into the slice and splice. And then the other pattern goes into here. And I craft it. Okay. Zombie heads. feel like those are not hard to get. Are they? Soulbinder. Where's that at? Soulbinder. Logic controller, a zombie head. Oh, I don't see a way to get that. Anybody got any good ideas there? Honestly, I know. There's a good idea. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. This thing should have beheading. What gives you beheading? Can't remember what enchant gives you that. I thought, is it capturing? Capturing? No, this capturing's the oh, what's it called? Spawn eggs. I don't want to have to do that on the mob master though. I'd rather do it right here. I need, because like I literally need one, and that's it. Plus, if I do beheading on the mob master, do you understand how many heads I'm going to get for how many different mobs? You know? Or am I crazy? I could be crazy. I don't think I have beheading on this. It doesn't drop just from killing them with a normal sword. Fine. At mob. This one, right? Might? No. Beheading. That's the one. Go to pattern, mob master upgrades. These guys, grab that. Throw that in here. And I think I'm going to need to create 2 more. One for iron helmets. And one for gold helmets. Gold helmets, iron helmets.
Lex Unam says, the French Revolution icon is beheading.
Gotcha. The guillotine. Yep. I see it. I have 7. Each one's going to take 10. That should be 70. I assume max is 10. Okay. All of that can get put away, including the witch DNA one, because I'm not really going to need that yet. Grab all 70 of those, and we head to the mob farm. Make an infinity hammer if you don't want to upgrade the mob farm. Well, we're here.
Lex Unam says, for the ones who don't get it, you need history classes.
That's fair. Okay, so first things first, we turn that off. That way I'm not going to get blown into these things. Then we're just going to upgrade all of these to that. Assuming I've got space in here, which I should. It shouldn't cause any issues. I do want to pick up all the backpacks though, and other just random 1 or 2 off things. Just to make sure we've got all the extra slots in here for everything. Anything else? Those can come with me. Why is there just a random stack of bone meal? Okay. I'm pretty okay with that. So then I'll just dump all the rest of it. Emesis was my sentient enders. That's fine, whatever. We'll grab them later. You can go back. Toss all those. Soul vials. That can go back. At ender. Those 2. All right. So now we turn that on. Turn that off. Hey, guess what? We're getting all their heads now. That was actually a lot easier than I thought. I mean, why complain about getting so many heads when they're great for decorating the tower? That's true. The idea though is I don't want too many things in this chest filling it up. That's why. Sorry if it sounded like complaining. Oh, hold up. You're right. No, he's right. I did really need to turn that fan on. He's right. That's a good point. That was a really good point. Oh man, I gotta grab all the stuff around the edge here.
Says, show me the setup I just joined.
The setup for the mob farm?
Says, I would get some like 2 or 3 stacks of each.
We should have plenty of each now. All that can go in there. Double check, fans working. 2 or 3 stack, yeah, that's fine. I'll just turn it on again. Parasite, this setup here is actually built in my latest mob farm video, if that's what you're talking about. That's where this comes from. But all we did was add some beheading upgrades so that we could start getting some skulls from things like the zombie skulls. I was worried that it would start filling up with other stuff, but it doesn't look like it is at all. Which is good. Alright, slash home real quick. So I should have all the zombie heads I need to in order to make that Z-Logic controller, which means I should be able to make the soul binder. Which means theoretically we can fill these things up and we can get everything done with Ender.io. Just a which mob farmer? Just watch mob farm a couple days ago work like a nether portal farm. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. It basically works like a nether portal farm, only it also allows you to use dreadful dirt and tick accelerate the spawn of the mobs and choose the biome that you want the mobs from, which is it's pretty cool. Well, that's also why I have 22,000 levels of XP. All right, soul binder's done. Set it right there. I need to grab another capacitor. Start one of those. Then I think I also need an induction card still. We'll add that as well. I don't think I'm actually going to use this for auto crafting anything. It's just going to be giving power for now, because crafting these things is so annoying. How do I give it XP again? IO config. Maybe I will need to auto craft this. It's a lot of. By the way, is anyone here?
Just create like induction cards and
Should.
forget about crafting more.
Done. I'll never have to craft another one again. What's up, brother? Good to see you. What's up, Theo? How's it going? How are you? Any XP tank and fluid pipe. Okay, so if I were to... Could I send it via a pattern if I did that? So for instance, those used to be really good, but before it's been so long. XP drain will eat your XP and then pipe into it. Okay. XP... Like this guy. And then we said pipe. Fluid pipe. We're going to accelerate it. Pipe wrench. You have XP. I do? That's why I was thinking I might actually make a pattern of it. It is a headache to automate. That's kind of what I was thinking. So if I did pipe, tank... Why is it not? Am I crazy? You can use an export bus on that? Oh, that's true. Wrench it? Oh, well, that's not changing the fact that it's just not... It's not draining my XP. That's the only problem right now. It's not... You can time one, yeah, but I just don't think it's draining at all. I think I may have too many levels of XP for it to know what to do with, which is kind of a problem. So I think we may actually go the other route and take a cable and an export bus. Export bus. And then export XP fluid here. XP fluid. And then, yeah, that'll be filled up. Or at least it should be. Break both those. By the way, you can't use the settings on the binder because it'll just send the XP fluid out too. Oh, I see. So you're saying that's why this... There it is. Okay, got it. Well, that actually makes a ton of sense. So I got one sentient ender, so did I not have the front? Have anything on it? Thank you. This guy, that guy. It'll work. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But now we've got the 2 sentient enders, which means all we have left for this, eclipse ember blocks and draconic reactor core, which is awful. And for this one, it's occultism. And that one's going to take more chaos shards. And this one also is going to take more chaos shards. I wonder if it can be SFM'd. Ooh, that's true. I bet it probably could be SFM'd, but I've never tried messing with it. Okay, so I suppose, do we do occultism next? To make the chaos. Well, yeah, we obviously will do that. The problem is that means I have to go fight the chaos dragon before I can get any of those, right? What are you up to? We are finishing the last 2 items for the All the Mod Star. We have the Dragon Soul and the Philosopher's Fuel left. For the Dragon Soul, all we have left is the Empty Soul Gem, Chaotic Energy Control, and a Chaotic Core. Philosopher's Fuel, we just have the Eclipse Ember block and the Draconic Reactor Core left. So we're getting close.
Says, my ADHD hi-hat. Time to try SFM it.
Best of luck. Tell me how it goes. So if we're looking at occultism for this, we're making the empty soul gems, which if I remember is not super difficult. There's 3, so we've got all of that. Oh, except it's got a fragile empty soul gem, which is its own thing. Interesting. Issues the chalks. Yeah, the chalks are a little bit more difficult to make, but I'm not too crazy worried about that yet. I hope not. It's not bad. Only exception is a chaotic core. It's a bit more annoying, but can get you the code for that in my world later. Sounds good. And that's for SFM. For the infusers, pretty easy. Sludge zero, send a core. Okay, all right. That sounds good. Okay, so how do I want to do occultism? And better question, where do I want to do occultism? Because I feel like our world is fairly organized so far. Let's go ahead and do this though real quick, because I am going to want more beehives for... Does it have a zombie in it?
Lex Unam says,
and so beehive, that's what I want.
Compact Akeen is you need 4 circles, not all.
Got it. I'm gonna place down one more beehive real quick for the chaotic bees that we're gonna need. There's that one. Let me break the dirt underneath it so I can tell where it's at. And then grab dirt. Dirt. And then I will need my SFM label gun. Grab the one we have here. That's not. I wanted to clear this. Whoa. Well, okay, bye-bye to that label gun. It's gone. Make another one real quick. Thank goodness they're cheap. Do a cult in a basement under the tower? That could be kind of cool. So, push labels, it's this. Fold labels, okay. I think I might have just wiped out all the labels on accident. Oops. Battery is this guy. Centrifuge, all of those. Hives, storage is that. So now I just gotta go mark all the hives again. And then also run inventory cables over to the new one. That's not bad. We'll start with these. Hives. 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 That one. These three. I think that's all I have until we get to this guy. And then I will need to put feeding block there. Get out of my hands. And then I also do need to run SFM cable. So there. Perfect. All right, let's double check and make sure these things aren't too backed up. Ah, they're fine. I mean, it's working through it at least. Make sure... Oh, I gotta push those into here so that it sees it all. Diamond chest and honeycombs. Did I do that right? At this point, upgrade your cube to ultimate. I really should. You're right. But it doesn't really make a difference. It's not like I'm running out of power or anything. Like, it's working just fine. I love how your island is coming out. Looks so nice. Everything has its place. Hey, we're trying hard. I've spent a lot of time kind of trying to figure out where I wanted to put stuff and how I wanted to do it. Man, it looks so much better than it did from the original island, you know, with all the spider web of cables and pipes everywhere. Looks a ton better. All right. What if... Kind of like the idea of doing occultism just like right below. Problem is, the bottom side of my base doesn't look very pretty. I've just got a whole bunch of stuff just strung out everywhere. Nice thing is all of those are empty. How's our... Checked on our SPS in a little bit. Oh, it's still cooking. 16! Look at us go. We might have all that we need for the whole playthrough here within, I don't know, another hour or so. These guys both full. That one's full. This one's full. That one's full. This is full. Oh, they're just going. They're just doing their thing. Gonna do this real quick just for giggles.
Lex Unam says, put it behind your mega building. THA looks like a garage.
Put it behind your mega building so that it looks like a garage. You talking about this guy? Or behind this one? Maybe look for some plot of land on the bee island. It should blend in well with the bees. That's actually a pretty decent point. The other thing I was thinking is like, as far as balance goes, this corner right here would probably be the most ideal. The brick one. Could do that. It's where my mob farms are though. You don't need to see it. I'm kind of leaning towards putting it here. But I don't know. Because I kind of want to do like a special build for it, you know? Maybe use Ars rituals for some scuff islands and do the rituals on those. Some skulk islands. It's not a bad idea either. I'm thinking like what if we did like a dark magic kind of island vibe? It probably makes no sense being said out loud. Let me see. Trying to find a good reference image of what I'm thinking. Maybe 4545 will work if you want to create a mega witch hut. That's going to be a lot of work. It might be a lot of work.
45x45 island will work if you want a building. Create a mega witch hut.
The dark magic island Minecraft build. Let's get some inspiration here. They're all like, honestly, they're all ours builds. That's really all it is. So you're saying we could do plot of land. If you so, yo, what's up, Philip? How's it going? Ours rituals. So what kind of other ours rituals are there? Ours. Ritual. So we've got the one for the island thing, right? Conjure Island Plains. Do they have any other Conjure Island? Oh, here we go. Starter, Deep Dark, Flourishing. Conjure Island. So then the question becomes Vexing? Which one of these do I want to do? Because if they're in any way, tablet is easier to create land. So this is the one, the first ours one that we made. I don't remember which one it was. But it worked well. There's island and desert. Vexing or deep dark would fit better. Okay. Yeah, I could be down for this. Let me try to get it on about the right height level here. How far in any direction does it have to be? That's where I'm thinking about putting it. So then that would go on top. Then I do need to go fill a source jar up real quick. Using the building wand, some dark stone and skulk. Could you get some spirit fires, go into places, skulk vines growing? I agree. I'm thinking I'm going to start with one of these ours islands and then see how it looks. Oh, I don't want to scroll through that. Default is 14 blocks, but you can add more source gems to increase the size. So source gems will increase the size. Do you know how much? And then I assume I'm going to have to do some sort of a magic thing over here to build the tablet. Ours. You said or deep dark would be better. I'm kind of leaning towards deep dark. I think that's cool. It's consumed unused. That was actually really easy. Fully build occultism magic circle around 18 by 18, maybe up to 20. Each gem is 1 block radius. So if I put this in and then I add 6, that should get me up to 20 by 20, right? Which should be big enough for the biggest one. In which case I could go 1 and then go like 2, 3, 4 and have the 4 around in a circle over here. Do you want the SFM code for the R stuff automated?
Lex Unam says, do you want the SFM code for R stuff automated?
I'm not opposed to it. Do I have to click it on it? How does one add? You can add more source gems to increase the size. Do I need to add it initially? Right click. It's not letting me right click. I can't right click this one. I'm thinking this one might be like a set size. Why'd that one go down? I thought it would work as well, but dropping it doesn't work, and I am right-clicking, spam right-clicking, and it also is not working. Just stand on it. Also standing on it, also right-clicking. Maybe this one doesn't allow it. Also throwing it on the ground. All right, let's just see how big it ends up being. It's not a bad size. And I do think it will end up looking really cool. Could these things actually spawn the warden? Because if so, we're going to get rid of those. I'm not looking to mess with that right now. Yeah, so we're gonna ditch those real quick. Perfect. Then we're gonna pick that up, this up, that up, that up, and I'll put one more skulk down there. All right, I don't want that. I want this. There we go. Okay, I guess there's no way. Oh, that's right. There's that one catalyst that's hidden down in here. On like the second level.
Lex Unam says, the full size of the 4 megacycles can be on a 45x45 area. Also the Earth Shurikers underground.
Yeah, I forgot about seeing those. So, in that case, I should probably get rid of all of the other sensors. Is it, does a hoe like go crazy faster with that? Because, my goodness, I can't break anything it does. Just wanted a cool island to build on, man. Why'd you gotta make it difficult? There we go. Flip this guy. Is it better? Okay, toss all those in there. Laying down chalk and sacrifice bowls. The warden pops
down
up.
Chalk and sacrifice bowls and the warden pops up. That sounds fun.
Guess you have to get creative in how much bigger you make it and how you make it bigger. Yeah, it's true. That's true. Sensor, here's the issue. It's a shrieker. Well, but if there's no sensors that alert the shrieker, it should be fine, right? Right? Yeah, I get the shrieker spawns it, but the sensors are what causes it to spawn. But there is one, I saw it when it was placing, it's like right in here underground. But I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so at occultism. Gotta go grow some of these guys real quick. We will set them right there. There we go. Ooh, hold up. New textures. New textures. Very nice. Windows bomb ritual of scrying if you want to. Oh, Tortzen, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that, and I'm the one that made a video about it. Had to switch to Twitch. YouTube is misbehaving. That's unfortunate. Okay. None of that's important. So, Demon's Dream Fruit, we got plenty of that. I believe it's going to take some otherworldly logs, if I'm correct. There's so much of this I don't remember how to do. What I do remember is that I need some sort of a fire. That thing. Demon Stream Fruit onto the ground and light it on fire. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to start right here. Give me my flint and steel. Flint and steel. I'm going to turn my magnet on for this, though. And then I guess you have to throw one in it, right? Did I do that in the wrong order? Is it this and then that? There it is. Okay. So now take 2 stacks of feathers. I'm going to take a whole bunch of books. Ritual scrying. By the way, going for that purple bag will make your life so much easier with occultism. I will have to look into it. That and this. And this, and that, and this. And then I don't remember what else I need. I just remember that we're going to throw all that through. Ink, right? Take the ink sacks and toss them through as well. That wasn't it. The black dye? Logs and andesite, right? Logs. I think you can get the star items before you can make the bag. It's black dye. Okay. Logs. I thought you had to grow. Yeah, it's saplings. So that you can grow the trees yourself. Saplings. Oak saplings. We toss those through. They become otherworldly. Perfect. And then black. Black dye. A bunch of it. Grab 2 stacks. Toss both those through. Beautiful. So I got saplings, we got the dye. Is there anything else? Yeah, you have to throw the saplings. Got it. Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to come over here. We're going to grow some saplings. Do I have to have eaten this in order to get... Yeah, I do. So... And then I have to eat this. And grow all these trees. And then we're just going to eat another one real quick just because. Why do they still look like normal logs? There it goes. Perfect. I hope I can go every other with these. We're just getting enough where I don't ever have to do this again, just so we're all on the same page. This is one of 2 strategies for automation. Either you make more than you're ever going to need, or you automate it to where you never have to touch it again. Once you make it...
Unam says, get lumber log.
This is that second one. I'm just never going to have to mess with it again. Oh, that last one's oak. That's fine. That should be plenty of otherworldly logs. I should never have to mess with that again. I could get the lumber bee for sure. You're not wrong. Okay, from there, we are looking at supposedly trying to find the center here. Should be right where I'm at. And then at occultism. SVC spectral compulsion. Sacrifice a villager or a player. Fascinating. Oh, that was the wrong one. So this one is triggers higher binding. Are these in the same line? They are in the same line. So realistically, other than making other colors of chalk, I'm just looking at one. I do need the Dictionary of Spirits, you're right. Those are books of binding. That one. All right, let's go fill all this out real fast. This is the most annoying part of this whole thing. Like, I don't... Gonna make me actually do all of these. And if I hit escape... Oh, it's backspace. Oh, so much easier. Like, I don't care about reading any of this. I just want it to be all marked as red. This one, that one. That one's fine. Okay, so then we go to spirits. And I should be fine here. Go to rituals. Close out of that.
Torrid Sun says,
Uh-huh.
click the I button top right.
You're my hero. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
KRYPTX plays says, Chat John.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Press the eye on the right.
Oh, see, this is the second half of why I do this. Hey, John, I don't see you on during the day very often. Did you get the day off today? Yes, I did. I did get the day off today. I actually have the rest of the week off. I got some time back several weeks ago. I took PTO for some other stuff and ended up working quite a bit during it. So they gave me a lot more time off. So this is the one that I actually need to make, right? These guys here, which that's way too much. What's the max one that I actually need for this guy? Triggers higher binding. This is the max I need. Okay, show me that one. That's the center point there. That's the center point there. Okay, so we are looking at green, purple, and some light gray. But there's a lot of those that are going to be pretty easy. I don't know why I do it this way, but I like to work backwards on most of this. So I'm going to start with like the max tier thing that I need. And we're just going to work backwards. You know what would look sick? If I turn them all inwards. They're all just facing the ritual. Perfect. Because different chalks and make a special crusher and other stuff.
BCS the different chalks.
Gotcha.
BCS you will need a special crusher, also some other stuff.
That makes sense. All right, candles. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the golden sacrificial bowl. Sacrificial, and then I'm coming in here. We're gonna encode some patterns real quick. Other stone. This should be through the fire, right? That's andesite. Yeah, that's what I forgot to do. So then the golden sacrificial bowl is that one. All of that's pretty easy. I don't remember how many of those I need though, but we'll create some andesite real quick. Andesite. Get like 300 going. I didn't play TTS yet. How to get isnium? There used to be a way to get it with sieving. However, that changed. Now you have to use the atomic reconstructor.
First ones in the end will use light gray and the previous one can use white or earth chalk.
You will need some of the first ones and we use light gray. Ancient debris on the atomic reconstructor, that's right. So now the question is, do I just make a couple more of these end islands? That thing is a pain to get an ATM-10. Even worse to try to automate or do anything with. I don't enjoy it. Just because you're dealing with like actually dropping things on the ground. You can probably fit all of them onto this island if you don't want to make more. Yeah, I'm okay with making more islands. I don't mind doing that. Just put the first one in there and go from low to last. So this is the first. Is this not the first one? Are we talking about I need to actually start with this guy here and then actually work my way up with that? Yeah, AVR first for the crusher. Okay, well, in that case, we're going to take this, and we're going to create another island real quick. Keep the top of it even. And hopefully, I think that's square too.
Unam says, The progression is linear from left to right.
Got it. Okay, so then at ours, tablet. All right, do I do other islands or do I not? We're gonna try one of these vexing ones real quick. I think I spaced that out pretty good. All the last ones will do the work of the first one. No need to create islands. You can time one the ritual to build it faster. Ooh. That's kind of a cool vibe.
Says, you don't need other islands. Just place the first on the same place.
Okay, but they're different circles. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because I don't do occultism a lot. This is a different circle, this is a different circle, and this is a different circle, right? They're three different ones. Is that right? And so what I'm saying is if I'm doing this last one on this island here, then I might as well go ahead and do the first one on a separate island. Yeah, there's 4 circles. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna need all 4, but I do hear y'all. I'm definitely gonna need the first one, right? Because I'm gonna need it to create some of the different chalks from what I remember. Especially because like I need like the lime chalk, which if I remember correctly, well, that's actually that one there that we're working on the other side. Really, what I should be doing for that is creating the simplest one of it, right? So it should be that, which just needs the purple for it. Which that's magenta. It is purple. Why don't I see purple in here? Maybe you don't even need the second one, TBH. You only need the first and the third. Purple needs the crusher. Purple needs the crusher. Got it. Which is going to be from here. Rituals, spirits. That's fine. So I just need to figure out how to get the crusher, which I don't remember is like super complicated. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Lex Unam says, check the recipe for the purple chalk, it will show you where's the ritual.
All right, I agree with Lex. We're going to go check the pattern for the purple chalk real quick. Purple chalk. Purple chalk, that's through the fire. Impure purple chalk, that's the crusher with the endstone. So the ritual. ABR circle, that's the first one. Silver, gold, copper, iron. Gives that guy. Okay. Other than that, it's just the obsidian dust that I already have, and then impure white chalk, which is burnt other stone and otherworldly ashes. So that is the logs thrown through. So let me grab some of those logs real quick. We're going to toss those through here. And then...
Phenom says, also bookmark the chalks.
That's actually a really good idea. So at least the chalks that I need, right? So the light gray chalk, definitely want, well, white chalk, light gray. We're going to need lime, purple. I think those are all we need. Quick talk about him behind his back while he's away. No, the 3-year-old came to my door and was telling me that they got something out of the garage, that, or at least something that I know to be in the garage. They didn't actually have that. They were just saying that. I thought they were getting into stuff. They were not. They were just hanging out. All right. Okay, we got both those. So we got that burnt other stone. Burnt other stone. So I just need to take polished other stone and send it through the furnace. So let me get a pattern real quick for that. Pattern real quick for this. Other stone we already have. Then we come in here, we toss these two. And then we're gonna fly over here, put the other two through. Also, what ritual are you trying to make? There's 2 or 3 that we're gonna try to make real quick. Nothing complicated really. We're just trying to get far enough in occultism that we can get the soul gems that we need to for the star. That's about it. All right. So chalk, white chalk, that's this impure. It should be pretty simple to do. We're gonna make about 20 of those. Grab some of these. Some of these need the impure, and I'm just gonna do 1 purified. Shouldn't need more than that. And then, if I'm correct, that's white. There we go. And then I just have to make the purple one. And these guys. One of these gonna go in the middle. And then the other sacrificial bowls to go around the outside. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So then we're going to come over here. I'm going to mark the middle with something. And we're going to work on the next one instead. We'll just put... I want it to be thematic. But nothing gross. We'll put a kiwi there. That'll work. Okay, there it is. Looks like I can work. Nice. Okay, there's that. I put these over here for now. And then I don't think I'm going to need any of the rest of that too soon. Open this up. Tentacles, AVRs. This one. Throw it down. Grab my candles back again. Candles. 2, 3, 4. Whole bunch of white chalk. Ah, missed one. It won't matter now, but it definitely will matter later. And then I need another set of bowls. So grab one of these and then 4 of those. Perfect. All right, so this should allow us to get like the base tier crusher, right? And then from there... Where am I supposed to put these things? Guess I'm just going to do that. For the purple chalk, we're looking at impure purple chalk. Crushed in stone, crusher spirit. So that is this guy. I need whatever that book is. this guy, that guy, this, that. Blue dye. Got the book. Combine the book with my dictionary of spirits. And then I need gold, iron, copper, and silver. That one there, that one there, that one there, that one there. This guy here. And then, because I'm lazy, I'm gonna speed that up a little bit. Hey, little dude. So this guy, theoretically... Oh, can you just get crushed? It's not the same crushed in stone. I didn't even think about that. That would make this so much easier. I should just be able to give it to this. Can I take oh, I can't take accelerate him. That would be so cool if I could, though. Flawless tyrannical gem. But realistically, I only need one of these. The new texture model for the foliage spirits. I agree. I noticed that too with like the I don't know, a lot of the stuff. They just updated all of the textures and they look so much nicer. Purple chalk, impure purple chalk. I should now be able to make. Bingo bango. So now we throw that through there. I come back to my dictionary of spirits. And we are looking at this one. Well, that didn't work. Try that again. Show the visual, place it down. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. So this first one's done now. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I need the light gray and the lime, right? It can work in SFM? Nice. Yo, let's go, John. Yo, what's up, Lebrinsky? How's it going? You can time mod it if you capture on a containment jar if the compatible mod is on TTS. Nice. Can you imagine a pack this size with no ore dictionarying? Like everything had to be done with its own mod? That would be crazy. I agree. That would be a lot of work. A lot of work. All right, occultism. Look at, I think, light gray next. Iron, dust, silver. Oh, crushed calcite, I think, is the one I got to give to the crusher spirit. Calcite. Easy. So don't mind me. Real quick though, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna give you this. That's for that one. Lime chalk is that weird thing, right? Yeah, that one. Emerald dust and slime ball is all easy. Esvius is spectral compulsion. Which tier is that? I've got the light gray I can make now. Here's our binding. Esvius is this one. So is that not? That's the one I've already made. And I need to make impure, this research thing, emerald dust, 2 bottles of enchanting, and a book of binding foliate. That can go here, here, and then I need 2 bottles of enchanting, experience dust, infusion enchanting. How hard is, I don't have that. How are we making bottles of enchanting these days? A fluid tank, an empty fluid tank. And then we put bottles into XP fluid on the dissolution chamber. Is that the easiest? Dissolution chamber, XP fluid. Okay, well that does seem pretty easy. Pattern coding. That guy, this guy. 0.25 XP fluid. That seems remarkably simple. So then, me a couple of those real quick. Why not? Why is it not? What? It couldn't pull that small of an amount out. I had to get more. Grab me some emerald dust real quick. Yeah, that was weird. That was really odd. So it should be 1 emerald dust, 2 of those, and this book. And that should make us the research fragment thing. All right. Book has to go in last. That, and the book. And then tick Excel. We got that one. Okay, now to use it, make the lime chalk. I need to throw all of these in here together. Impure lime chalk. The light gray chalk real quick because we got the stuff for it. Or at least we would if I had silver dust. Grab one of these real quick and throw a little bit of silver in there. And then now I should have that. Okay, light gray lime. All right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that's all I need to do. And then we get to... Where's my book at? Here's the book. Book. This one, right? Show it. Place it. Oh, I gotta erase some. Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so now I gotta figure out how to make that brush, right? The chalk brush. Because I think I have to erase that one, this one, and those two. Yeah? You can right click with the chalk to replace. Well, good to know. Sometimes I wish I would work slower. And I think I already had those marked. And watch chat more, you know? Because I feel like it would save me a very large amount of time. You know? Does that make any sense? Oh, I just know that as well. I didn't know that. I just knew the brush erased it, right? And so in my mind, you erase to replace. But I see now that there were easier ways to do it. Okay. And that one. Okay, we did it. So this is the one we actually need. So let's toss all the rest of that stuff in there. We need that occultism. I need this guy. So in order to make that, that's not the one. Empty soul gem is the one. So that's all pretty easy. I need this guy first though. An egg, iron, and glass in one of these books. Just make a whole bunch of this because I might have to do more of this later. All right, book. We define it. We get ourselves an egg and some iron. Iron. An egg. We throw that there. Was it egg iron or there was glass, I know. Just give me a normal piece of glass real quick. Egg, iron, glass, and this. Perfect. Fragile soul gem. And then for the big boy, we need that fragile soul gem, 3 soul sand, copper, silver, gold, diamond. Copper, and I'm going to need more bowls too. Copper, silver, gold, diamond. Copper, silver. Okay. Copper, silver, gold, diamond. Copper, silver, gold, diamond, and then soul sand. Soul sand, make me some of that real quick. And I need 3. Give me the bowls. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 1, 2, 3. One of that. One of that. One of that. One of those. One of them. Is that wrong? Oh, it also requires a sacrifice, right? No. Copper, silver, gold, diamond, 3 soul sand, diamond. After 1 use. What did I do wrong? Copper, silver, gold, diamond, the gem, 3 soul sand. The thing in the middle. I'm missing the thing in the middle. This book. That guy. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. Like, why is it not running? Well, maybe because you didn't start it. There we go. Perfect. Soul gem. Done. The gin book. Yeah. Yep. We got there, right? We're slow, but at least we admit it, right? At least we recognize it. Go back real quick. Let's give. Trying to find. We're working on new playlists. Trying to find one that we actually like a little bit more. I haven't exactly found one yet. Gonna do that real quick. Okay. So there's that. We're done with occultism now, which would mean get rid of each of those. Dragon soul. All we have left is draconic. This guy, all we have left is draconic. Do we automate eclipse ember? Or do we just like mass produce it? I can't decide. Draconic, and then I do have to get eclipse ember blocks. Oh. But that one's not a super complicated process. That's just automating some just dire things machines. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to get rid of this stuff in this corner, and we're going to set down the just dire things automation here. What is the easiest automation for it? Because I've done several before. And I don't know if I really liked any of them. Like, none of them were really great. Automate it because you'll need a lot of coal. Okay. In that case, let's get ourselves just dire things. Got a lot of the eclipse alloys.
Alex Best says, don't wimp out now, automate it.
A dropper like on the ATM10 server. Well, the thing is, I don't need the fuel. I just need the eclipse ember blocks, which is honestly so much better. So I'm thinking we get advanced block breakers. One for each tier, right? 2, 3. I may need to space them out a little bit more. Give it 2 blocks in between. So those are gonna break them. I need advanced placers. Block breaker, advanced sensor. I don't have patterns for the placers. You can make it with a placer breaker. Yo, what's up, Big Jim? How's it going? If you don't care about the speed, you can do everything with just one breaker placer. I don't really care about the speed, like a lot, but I do care a little. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Shadow pulse goo. So just make me like 3 more of those. Big Jim, I watched the video today, and I have to say, incredibly impressive. Like, remarkably impressive. The stuff that you're able to do with 0 sieves, pretty impressive. Okay, that. I agree 100%. Big Jim stuff is crazy good. So we got those at just our things. I'm looking for... I didn't actually make the placers yet. Droppers, placers, these guys. Simple block placer. Need that one as well. And then, nope, almost. Dispenser. I'm out of patterns. Patterns. Dispenser. And then I just need to learn how to make bows too, apparently. Such a fun series. You've got to try it. Dude, I might. It sounds like a little bit of anguish, especially initially. but it's really good and fun to watch. Like, let's see, at just dire things, I'm looking for advanced block breakers. We got that. Advanced sensors, placers. Got 4 of those. And then I need clickers too, right? To put the skulk on there, I believe. Is that right? Can anybody fact check me on that one? I think that's correct, but I'm not like 100% sure. John, can you put the TTS to 200 characters for something important? I don't have that open right now, and it would take me a while to log in. Does it have to be right now? Big Jim was automated before he turned it off ages ago. Yeah. Clicker to feed the goo. Good to know. Good to know. Did I read that right? 12K time crystals. Is that from bees? No. That is just from pure automation. And then I got so many of them that I decided it wasn't worth even having up anymore. And so I just destroyed it all. Advanced block breakers, placers, and clickers. There we go. You get one of those. I set each one of these up the exact same way. Bingo. Yeah. That works for me. So now I'm going to need at least one wireless controller hooked up here. I don't know if I have a free one set up down below. We'll go check real quick. It's actually not there. Then here. No, but people could miss the message. Don't worry. There's that. Okay. Perfect.
Lex Unam says, TDS after a bit of work, I found a way to automate it with SFM. You need an export card filtered with the Soul Vial and fuzzy card match any 4.
That makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to put cobble on the bottom of each one of these. My advanced clickers are going then just pattern provider to automate the rest. That makes sense. So we're going to right click. This is going to be an allow list with skulk. There we go. So the allow list is just going to be skulk, render area. We go down one, out 2. Oh, I don't want it bigger. Up 1 actually. Right there, and it's going to target the bottom. How do I tell it to do that? Down, up. There we go. So then if I put one of those in there, and assuming this guy's got power. I don't know how many more of these I can make. 2. Can I make 1? Okay, I'll take it. I'm apparently going to have to go get some more stuff to get some more flux points, but for the sake of automating this, it's Should have power now. Put a second skulk to make sure it's not placing it down. So that should be an allow list. It should just be skulk. We should be right clicking down. Or is it up? It should be up, right? So that way it does the upside of the block, because I'm trying to place it on the cobblestone side, right? Waste speed if you prefer that. If a big enough reactor works too. A lot of waste for antimatter. There is an SFM code in the Discord for that, and it's pretty good. That's what I used for mine. And I just set up the SPS today during this stream, and I already have almost 30 antimatter pellets. So it works pretty well. So I wanted to target this. You need to allow it only on the shimmer, the shadow pulse goo. Oh, that's right. Because I'm right. Okay. No, you're right. I see what you're saying. Because currently it would only do it on skulk. I get what you're saying. Shadow pulse goo. Get rid of that. Okay. So that's going to work correctly now. Is there a way to copy and paste settings from each of these? Or deny it and remove the filter? I don't know. I kind of like that. So, so I got that one already. Machine settings copier. Machine settings copier. Start that. Primal coal. I don't have that yet. That's what I need this for. So that's going to do that. That's fine. Whatever. Let me grab... How am I going to get power to there? So placer is fine. So I want placer to just get full blocks. And then we're going to have to set up like export buses for all of these things. But for now... this is going to be... No, because it's going to need that same shadow pulse goo, right? Shadow pulse goo. It only places on it. And then it places this on it, right? Well, no. Want my SFM code for this to include FE. I'm not opposed to that at all. That might make this a lot easier. But I do need a render area. I'm going to turn off render area on that one. Going to need to definitely go at least up one and out one.
Lex Unam says,
over.
Back to the Sentient Ender, export also expfo it, and well SFM in slots 0 and it will work.
Gotcha. So that should be what we want. Allow list is shadow pulse goo this. So then it should place one on each side, right? Down, up, north. How do I get it to place on any side? It's basic code. I'll send you to in Discord. That sounds good. Actually, you need some block for it to target. Right. But that should be the shadow pulse goo, right? The allow list on that. Need to place blocks behind and set the filter. Not the goo? Okay, so you're saying if I did that, then I'm looking at placing on the... Place it facing west and do it onto cobble. And then... west, like that. Okay. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. And then the block breaker would be pretty simple as well. For other side, change its other side. Upside chest Discord for visuals and code. Got you. Okay. I will take a look at that momentarily. Allow the goo if you wanted to place one more. Oh, that's right, on the close side. So if I did this, it would place one in front too. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I like that. Okay. So then this guy here, I'm going to want a whole bunch of these. Really, I just want 4 of these. Do I not have that as a eclipse? Not a pattern. Fascinating. Eclipse alloy ingots, smelting. Make that a pattern real quick. And we're going to fly it over here and throw it in there. And then I'm going to make 3 more of those real quick. That'll work too. So here's the thing. It was a pain to get set up. I had 4 ME interfaces running the setup, essentially putting the coal in and letting it run through the system until it had Eclipse Ember. For my SFM code, I have Eclipse with drops, teleporter to interface. Okay. Can I put induction cards on export and import buses? Is that a thing? Export. So if I'm exporting to this one for coal, I cannot. Crafting card with export, that's what I want to do. You can with an ME interface. Instead of import export, yeah, you can just add FE to your export, I believe. Oh, that's actually a really good point. Like if I did that. No, that's not what I want to do. Give me that back.
P Crossfire says.
Anything else with power in here?
Watching.
There it is. Okay, so then you can just export FE, and then I don't need this. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to make this clean and not, I don't know, complicated. The wise wizard is watching. What's up, PT? How's it going? How are you? Right click your tool, and that's what, yeah, I did. I just right clicked the wrong tool. I right clicked my wand, which was going to put in time fluid. Advanced clicker, that's getting skulk. So then each one of these is going to get one of those. I need one more. And then I need an import bus from the others. Okay. So now the problem is going to be, this is kind of just going to run indefinitely. Whatever, that's fine. So then this one will need to be an import-export bus. So I'll need 4 of those. And we'll set it there, 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 and there. What's the max hearts you can get in ATM 10? A ton. Do I know you? The noise. That noise is the draconic evolution. What are they called? These guys, the celestial manipulators. Basically, this system right here keeps it always day and always clear for me. So you saw the rain start a touch, and then it instantly went off, so that I didn't have to worry about it. So this guy needs to be set to break these. This is going to be an allow list. I need to render area real quick. Going to go up 1, and it will go up half 2, and then that. And that, and then move it that way. Yeah? More. More of it, more that ways. Okay, that's the wrong one. Make sure that's still in the right spot. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. What's the max heart you can get? 1242 is max health.
Hearts or 5k, I don't remember, but the Chaos Guardian, it will still kill you, don't worry.
That's true. Set break to the JDT coal, not normal coal. Oh, that's true. You're very right. It needs to be just dire things. So I need raw primal coal. And then I need to throw one of those in there. And then this also needs to be set up exporting FE. And then I want a bunch of acceleration cards. And then also a bunch of crafting cards.
Is going to make dinner now.
Sounds good. It was good to see you. Crafting cards as well. So that way it will always keep blocks of coal going there. And do it quickly. I don't think that needs a crafting card. And then this one here also just needs acceleration. Okay. Let me grab some cables real quick and make sure that this works. I want those, and then I want these, and then I want it to make a whole bunch more of these real quick, just so I can turn them back into the normal ones. Perfect. We're gonna run the thick cable along the back. And then connect that right there. 1, 2, 3. So theoretically, that should work. Oh, except I didn't put the pickaxe in. Why did the system steal the pickaxe?
Cameron Chowvox says, how many channels are we up to now?
I have no clue. I can go look here in a little bit, though. I used your max enchant tutorial last night. Do you know if I could have done it without your video? Thanks so much. Yeah, no problem, Evan. I'm glad it was helpful. Thanks. I appreciate that. Okay. Why does it steal the pickaxe out of here? What's going on with that? Also, it's not breaking blocks yet. Do I need it to like charge up first and then put it in there? It's still yoinking it. It's still yoinking it. What the heck? Do I need to set the... But it's set to just be an allow list onto that. Do I need to import bus to export that? This is why I did SFM. No, you're right. Brain is destroying your internet. I'm sorry. Too complicated with importer and exporter. Import bus might be taking it. You could just use an importer. You won't be exporting from the block breaker. I do need to export the FE though. That's why I use the import export bus.
Torrid Sun says, use a normal exporter.
Am I going crazy? Oh, that okay. Hold up. No, so you guys are saying the blocks aren't going to come back, and I need an item picker upper anyways. I'm there. I'm sorry. I'm slow. It took me a second, but I'm there now. You're right. You're actually totally right about that. Because the items aren't... I don't know why I was thinking the items are being picked up by that, but they're not. So you're right. I should be able to just use an export bus there. With a cable, and then just set it to FE. Add the acceleration again. Put one of those in.
Alessium says, just add the pick to the export settings since it will import anything that is not set as an export.
That's true too. So that right there should work, right? It should constantly put coal down. And then pick up the primal coal. So now I should be able to make that machine copy thing, right? Copy this thing. Grab one of those. And then how does this thing work? Do I... Settings copied. Settings pasted. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. All right, so now what we do is we set these things to blocks. And then we're going to set this to export those. And also craft them. And then this guy, that's fine, it's going to get it. And then double check, placing is great. I just need to make sure that I have cobble on the back for here, here, and here. And then I think everything there should be right now. Is that correct? Does that look right to y'all? Drops teleporter. So where is this teleporting to? Okay, so first things first. I need an interface. Interface. Grab one of these. Because I like the concept of what we're doing. I need an interface. We're going to link this to that right there. Then I'm going to put this back in here. So all the drops should go straight in there. I don't know where it was linked to before, but it doesn't matter. I just want to keep all of this sort of semi-self-enclosed here. That's not going to have a drops teleporter. Neither does that. Neither. Okay, so I need three drop teleporters. Drop. Also, hi, Elysium. How are you doing? Teleporter upgrades. I make those real quick, and then I need to make a bunch of these. 1, 2, 4, 6 of them because I need 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I should do this. How does one? Correct me if I'm wrong. There we go. Okay, 2, then 3. Beautiful. Then there. Each one of these is going to go in here. Oh, block breaker needs to change because this is not going to be primal coal anymore. And just dire things. This is going to be primal coal blaze ember fuel. Whatever, and then void flame, that one. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here slowly, but I think I messed this one up. Okay, that's correct now. So shift is to copy it, and that's to paste.
Says, correct me if I am wrong. Oh, don't worry, sir. We will face with tongue.
I hate how it said that. I get what you're saying. I hated how it said it. So this one's gonna be the void flame coal, and this one's gonna be the eclipse ember coal. All right, those are set up correctly. These are all still skulk and shadow pulse. I need to set this to export skulk, and that. Same thing here, and same thing here. And then I have to wait to set up those until later. This is just an export bus now, so we changed that, and that to just export buses, and we're just exporting FE from them. So that's going to be, grab out one of this, acceleration cards. I might have just enough. That, well, I don't have enough. But we're getting close. Grab some more acceleration. So, okay, grab those. So I think all the settings are copied and pasted. I think the only thing we really have to do now is this guy's ready to be hooked up. So let's hook him up. And that should, assuming this has a crafting card in it, primal coal blocks should be made and put in there. Oh, but it's not exporting FE. There we go. This one's also not exporting FE. One is only exporting FE. So Okay, so it didn't copy all the settings. Fine. Up, up, up. Then break that. That's fine. Block breaker doesn't have that in it. It's got it now. Block placer is not getting any primal coal blocks. Why is it not auto crafting the oh, because I don't have a. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. You guys ever feel really, like really dumb? It also was dumb. There we go. I just guarantee somebody said it. How do you want to get FE into the ME system? There's actually an FE. There's two parts to that. Also, this is kind of working. I wish the settings copier actually worked. Supposed to be west. Because that's not supposed to be there and that's not supposed to be there. So both those can go into there. I'll show you. So to get FE into your system, you're doing two things. Number one, you've got to have one of these FE storage cells. I got a big one. You don't need that big. That's absurd, honestly. Then outside of that, you got to have some way to get the FE from whatever your... I can't get out this door. Whatever your creation method is and into your system. I don't know where I put mine. I have the setup of like 3 blocks, but yeah, I don't know where I set mine down at. Mine exists somewhere. I don't know where, but it does exist. So does anybody know where I put that? There it is. This is what you're looking at doing. You need a flux accessor with your flux point hooked up to it. And so this guy is going to take the flux from whatever your system is. So it's pulling it in at about 6.5 million FE per tick and putting it into the flux accessor. Underneath that, it is hooked up through a dense cable to my system. So this right here is what you're looking for. I think John has an enormous FE cell. If I remember, yeah, I do. It's 64 million. It's absurd. But that's how you get it in. You basically hook it up just like a machine, and your ME system can import it through this block right here. Hopefully that helps. Andy, when my cog block / auto clicker was not working on the farm, I copied what you did in your video. Do you have that timer? The timer should be what you're looking for. Set to limit or else it'll run you dry. Yeah, you definitely do want to limit it. There's no question about that. No question about that at all. Okay, so this is working correctly now. And it is breaking everything, which is what we want. So next, before we hook up the rest of it, we're going to go back through and actually set these settings correct. West, that's up. West, that's up. Okay. So all of this should be rendered to the right area still. This needs that and FE. So all the machines need FE. So make sure we're exporting FE to all of them. That one is correct. This guy still needs FE. And then also we gotta, as we create these, add in the extra pieces and parts to it. So now we should have the new coal. At just dire things, which should be this blaze ember. I'm gonna create a pattern for the blaze ember coal. Should be the opposite of that, actually, is the pattern I'm looking for. How to make the blaze ember block. I still need it as a pattern. There we go. That becomes a pattern and goes into the system. And then I export the blaze ember blocks to right here. So that gets exported there. And then this guy is going to break all of that one, but it's going to be this. That one's already set to that. Okay. All right. I mean, never know until you do it. That's working correctly. Have a crafting card? We're missing. So now it's placing it. Gotta wait for it to turn. How many of these things do I have to render the area for? There we go. I think I was able to do that because I have cheats enabled. Yeah, I had the timer was activating the cog of blunts just like you showed in your video. I ended up just turning the tick on the auto clicker to 2. That's what I did. But the tick on my auto clicker was set to 2. They all are. So that's making all of that. And so the void flame should be in here now enough where we can make a single block out of it. And then also we want to make the pattern for it. Void flame coal block. And throw it into here. And then filter this to also export it. And also have a crafting card. That's fine. That's fine. Hook it up. And then this should give me the eclipse ember. Theoretically. What we're going to do real quick is I'm going to break that. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do the same thing here real quick. Should help the beginning parts of this go a lot faster. I only need 9 of these. So it really shouldn't matter that much. But we have that now. We've got the eclipse ember block and we've got the whole thing automated all the way to the end. Bada bing, bada boom. Which leaves us now with exactly 1. Evan, your videos are super helpful. Thanks for always responding to my questions in live chat. No problem, Evan. That's what I'm here for. I'll be honest with you, and I'm sure you can tell it. I'm not the smartest person, especially when it comes to all this stuff. But there are some things I know and some things I'm good at, and I do not mind helping at all. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. Yeah, thanks. Internet is back. Did the coal setup work? Yeah, we just finished it. And we got all the way to the eclipse ember and it's running just fine. I think the only thing that would make it go faster is if I turned all of these down to like 5 and then tick excelled it, or at least like the first couple. That one's already really fast. Five. I'm going to do the first 3 sets down to 5 real quick. And then I'm going to tick excel this stuff. Fast as it'll go. And just let it go crazy. And then that should give me a ton of eclipse ember. How do you make the time wand automatically extract its fluid from the system? I've watched at least 3 videos because I was stuck at ATM 10. Thank you from Germany. No problem at all, man. I'm more than welcome, more than happy to help. So to auto extract, what you're looking for is this guy right here. You're looking for an export card.
Alessium says, could also add instant break add-ons to the lower tiers picks.
Oh, that's true. I could. That would make it a lot faster too. Export card. And all that allows you to do is get this little thing right here. If you click on it, you can set a number to a slot in your inventory. So for instance, if I click on 4, if I click 4 times here, it'll set this to 4, or I can right click and it'll erase it. So I just clicked 1 time here, and then you just drag time fluid over into here onto that first slot, and it'll always export this thing into that slot. So my time wand, as long as it's in this slot, always stays full. If I move it into, like, say this slot here, and then use it, you see it's got the bar on it and it's no longer completely full of time fluid. But then, as soon as I move it back into here, it fills it right back up instantly. So it's just an export card on a wireless universal terminal. Hopefully that helps some. Yeah, we got plenty of that. I think the instant break is actually a really good idea. Let me find that real quick. Instant Instant break. Netherite pick. I don't. Well, that sounds like it's an awful. Oh, I don't want to have to do that. I got to make so many netherite pickaxes for that manually. Actually, can I? This one here, maybe do this, and then diamond pickaxe, and then throw both of those in here. So if I've got 4 of these, and I want, so I have 1 already, so 8, 7. Cancel. 7, start it. Okay, all right, that worked. That wasn't bad. 1, 2. Start that up. Craft these. And then 1 more. Okay. Then I got to steal all the pickaxes real quick. Perfect. It works as any crafting tip. Yeah, I did. I just hate doing it. Mostly because usually the netherite picks that I choose to make it with have some stuff on them already. Also, just because anything with those netherite templates in it tends to be like, especially if you set up crafting patterns for the netherite templates, it tends to just cause issues. Instant break. Instant break. And instant break. Cool. All right, we watch the fruits of our labor. Yeah. That'll work. That'll work. Now we got a ton of eclipse ember too. It works as any crafting table pattern. Okay, so we got that now. That's nice. So that leaves us with exactly 1 mod left to do. And that would be Draconic Evolution, and I'm not looking forward to it. Okay, so to be completely fair and honest and straightforward and forthcoming, I've never done it before. I've never actually done Draconic Evolution by myself before. So the crafting recipe for netherite template is recursive, so use the quantum crafter to keep them in stock without any issue. That makes sense.
The crafting recipe for the netherite template is recursive, so just use a quantum crafter to keep them in stock without any issues.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, Draconic Evolution, I've already got those, and the core's automated. Okay, so I'm gonna need injectors and pedestal. It's not that hard to automate with a modular router. Same, I've never played a Draconic Evolution. I've been too afraid of the Chaos Dragon. Okay, so the only thing I've done is on our community playthrough, where we did it like way early and all the mods tend to the sky. It was a blast. And I had everybody else help me figure out what to get on my armor in order to try to not die in that boss fight. And I still ended up dying like 3 or 4 times, but with like 4 or 5 other people, it wasn't that bad, right? I'm terrified of doing it by myself. That's really where we're at here. So let's go at Draconic Evolution. So particle generator's not it. Energy stabilizer, energy core. So I know whatever I'm gonna do is gonna take me making that infusion, enchanting, suck all your power away kind of thing, right? Is that fair? Make a quantum sword? Geez, I don't know about that. That sounds like a lot, dude. We probably will go through MI in this playthrough, mostly because I feel like it's worth it. 12 injectors and a core. Okay. 4. All right, walk me through. Energy core stabilizer, energy core, fusion crafting core. That's the one. Okay, here we go. Pattern encoding. A core. We need that. I don't have blocks of lapis. That's crazy. That should be that. Okay, cool. So we go back in. Injector. Oh man, I was so close. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds and I'll explain the max health thing. Fusion, crafting, injector. Why are they the same but different? Oh, you have to make one. Okay. I can only assume this is what you start with. So you said I need 12 of these and one of these. Inject. Yo, what's up, Max? How's it going? Yeah, I've got this here and we're going to go set this up here in just a second. But so my max health currently is this. It's about 500, 490-ish. Basically all we're doing is we've got gems on my helmet that add max health. Actually, none of the gems add health. It just is added health by one of the affixes. 2 gems on my chest plate add plus 12 max health and plus 35% and then 35% again. Which I think if I were to just do the percentage gems, it would do more. Plus 12 there from gems as well. And then also has an affix on both of these to add plus 8 to max health. And then this one adds plus 7 and then has a gem that adds plus 40% max health. And then on top of that, the only other thing I have is the soul amulet that currently only has 40 total canisters in it, but could have 50, I believe. I think I'm missing the purple ones right now, but we have the soul canister that we could add it whenever we want to. Made a pylon with a health. Hey, that'll do it too. That'll help. But I don't have anything like that. Is John making the big bad ball? We are going to do it. We're not quite there yet. Different tiers start with a white one. Okay. Where am I going to put this? Let's put it in here. There's not enough stuff really in this build to justify it yet. So I think we're going to put it in here. Okay, so if I remember correctly, 4, 5, 6, and then this guy goes like here, and then I have 2, and then is that right? Is that close to right? At first, 1 is enough, but you can make 2 if needed. The best way to make rubber, styrene, butadiene later. I played other packs with Draconic before and never did it till I started playing ATM TTS. Fought the dragon last night and died 5 times. Took a little over an hour. Never again. Good luck. Yikes. Yikes. Those that are good at MI, how many coke ovens did you have in your setup? 1 or 2 is needed, but the best way to make a rubber and styrene, butadiene later. Got it. Okay, so that's correct. Means I just need a whole bunch of power here. Does the middle thing need power? Point. Okay, I gotta go find a way to get some more flux dust. If I remember correctly, I can make bees. Could make bees. Give me some obsidian. Should have a 1x in here. I don't make it. That's fine. 1x, a normal. 15 stacks of that. Make sure my magnet's off. 1x. That one. All right. That better be enough for a while. Power only to the injectors. I recommended automating the fusion crafter right away. Hey, I'm down. You said you have some SFM code for it. Does it take care of power as well? Make all injectors single item too. Single item mode. Okay, they're all single item. Cable. Ultimate universal cables. Point. Need 2 flux points. Grab these guys. Put that guy right there. Hook him up to the system. Power surge and bypass limits so that it can take whatever it wants. Because I don't care. That one, that. Okay, so theoretically that should be fine now. How are we doing here? We have 38 of those. I think that ought to be enough. Even if I go for the B, that's enough, right? Grab one of those and jump into here. The button, turn it off real quick. And then I'm going to wait for the... Actually, that it should all stop on its own. Yep. Perfect. You can make a third eye charm. It's not that hard. But I can explain the code here. I have the SFM code, but I've done energy. I don't have the energy to turn on the PC right now. No worries at all. That's all fine. Yeah, Tortson is incredibly knowledgeable on this. The last sender for it to send back to the pattern. That makes sense. Hey, I like the concept of automating this.
Unam says, if you run out of power, maybe extreme reactors can work. I'm creating almost 3 GFE tick, much better than power.
How about this? I agree. All right, I agree. Before I go fight the Chaos Dragon, I will set up extreme reactors and all of the spinning things. I can't remember what are they called. To create power with. All right. How does that sound? Is that a deal? Does that sound good, Lex? And I'll have you walk me through it. All right. But I could use reactor on my home right now. You said there's a bunch of rain knocking at your power, right? That's unfortunate. And the bees. Yes. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Okay, for now, if we're trying to do fusion crafting, or draconic evolution, this is one of them, but I'm not as worried. Awakened draconium ingots, I think, is where we start, right? I should get bees for this, right? Awakened draconium dust. Oh, this comes from blocks, right? So I need to make the block with this. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the random question. What is the easy way to get the Scotra Dragon sapling? I made an entire video on the easiest way to do that. I would highly recommend going to watch that. Basically, it shows you how to do the whole fertilization, whatever, pollination of the trees with each other. So I would definitely recommend watching that one. All right. We are going to go ahead and create a pattern for draconic blocks, which should be pretty simple. Does anyone know how I store my A2 cards on the side of the inventory? I did that a while ago, but I can't remember how. I think it's a card item or inventory. I don't remember. Oh, you did? I'll check it out. Yeah, heck yeah. And the only reason I say that is because it's a little hard to explain. There's like 4 steps for how to get to that tree. But I walk you through every single one of them. So hopefully that's easy enough. You need the Wyvern injectors for the awakened block. Okay, so how hard are the Wyvern injectors to make? The draconic fusion injectors, tier Wyvern cores, awakened, and then you just take one of those and throw it through. Okay, so the Wyvern cores, well, that's not bad. Let's make that into a pattern. So these guys here, wait, I have to have, how can I have a block of it, but at the same time needing it? Have you found that dark sapling in Bastions?
Lex
An advanced
Dunham
rich network
says,
tool.
I would get another set of injectors so you upgrade one set, and use the previous one for it fizz.
I mean, you're right. So there's a second set of injectors real quick. And while we're at it, I'm going to throw this pattern in there. Okay, I mean, that's what it looks like to me, right? So this says, in order to craft the awakened draconic blocks for fusion craft, that's wrong. It needs a tier Wyvern, right? I don't know how to tell what tier these are. Here, and these are tier dracon. Oh, there's a step in, but I'm dumb. There's 3 steps. 4 steps at least, actually. I totally missed that. I was looking at these ones. The draconic ones. That's on me.
Parkour Master says, have you found that dark sapling found in bastions?
I don't even know what that is. I have no clue what that is. Block is the result. Got it. Okay, so this is what I actually need to make. So 4 diamonds, 2 draconium cores, and a wyvern core and a draconium block. Okay. That's not bad. So I just need 12 of each. Yeah? So just give me a bunch of diamonds. I've got these. I need 12 of those. I'm going to do this manually to start just to get the stuff upgraded. And then once we get the stuff upgraded, then we can go through and automate it. Wyvern core, 2 draconium cores. So I need 24 of these. And then the wyvern cores as well, which I think I just put a pattern in there for at draconic.
Parkour Master says, look at the dark red sapling on the bottom right in the quest tree.
Okay. The dark red sapling at the bottom right in the quest tree. Give me 2 seconds. Quest tree for what? Which quest tree? The one for this? Evolution, dark right. That's that. Or are we talking about productive trees? That one? Bastion chest, the black ember? No, I've never actually messed with that, but those are cool. Those are really cool. No, I've never even seen that or tried to get it. I'll be honest with you, I haven't done much with productive trees at all. Chronicle evolution is so easy to do. I remember when the mod was first created, no one knew what to do. That's funny. That's funny.
Says, productive trees.
Pretty sure you only need 10 injectors. I've got 12 on mine, and I think we're just going to keep going with that. Just because I think it'll be easier to keep whatever setup I've got already. And we said it was just a bunch of diamonds, right? Create a stack of those, and then might actually need more than a stack. At draconic evolution, I'm going to need some more dragon hearts for sure, though. Is there a way to actually farm those? Energizing. Ooh. Okay, those are all crafts with it.
Lex Unam says, you need 12. First ones need 5 each side, but the last one needs 6 each side, so just do it.
Gotcha. First core explosion, PC's crash. That's funny. That's really funny. Torts and Lex and Elysium keep him in line, folks. That's true. That's very true. They do keep me in line pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna need a bunch more of these dragon hearts, right? Is there no way to farm the dragon hearts? I'm seeing nothing but crafting recipes for them. I don't see anything that allows me to get more of them. Is that fair? Does that seem right? If I wanted more awakened draconium, melting that. Is there a B for awakened draconic? Awakened draconium? Kill the dragon because you can't drag me. That's it.
Lex
That meaning to
says,
what did I miss?
kill the dragon.
No, only.
You can DRY.
Jeez. Yeah, that's wild. That's actually kind of crazy. I really thought it'd be easier than that. Okay. Anyways, what I'm doing now. Cryptex, I think the only thing you missed was we finished up the Eclipse Ember and we started Draconic Evolution because it's the last thing we have to do. I'm looking for the purple injectors. That's those. 1, 2. Where's the purple ones? How am I blind? There it is. So 4. So I would need 8 for this. So 4 on each side. 1 wyvern core. Okay, I can do that. So 1 wyvern core, 1 draconian block, 2 of those, and then I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I put this in the middle, right? And then I touch craft, and it takes 15 years to charge. But why is it only pulling in 48 FE a tick? Is there a way to accelerate that? Can I mean, it's already bypassed limit and everything. Is there no way to make that go faster? Time wand it? Do I have to time wand all of these or the middle thing? The middle thing. Got it. Okay. I gotta do that 12 times. If I were to hypothetically not want to have to place all of these down, and is there a way to make this just auto craft? Kind of like that better. It still doesn't charge fast. Why doesn't it charge fast?
You can use JEI to place the items on the injectors if you click on the plus while the core GUI is open.
Okay. Click the core GUI, click on the plus. I don't see a plus. That's fine. I'll suffer through this. I don't mind. It's not going to be the end of the world. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what did I do wrong?
Lex Unam
Those are the wrong ones.
It'll show recipes.
Oh, will I have here? The plus on the recipe. Oh, okay, so you're saying if I click in here and I'm going to wait for this to get done. Is there any way to get it to charge faster? Or do I just need to upgrade these cores in order for that to happen? Correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying click on this, click on that, and then craft. Okay, I'm there now. I'm there. This is a good plan. This is a good plan. I like it.
Torrid Sun says.
It took me a second to realize what you were saying, but I got there.
As crafting table.
Yep. Like I said, took me a second, but I eventually got there. SFM can charge them almost instantly. I see these have the power. Just almost seems like these guys just aren't going very quickly. Like they don't accept power quickly. Does that make any sense? Is that fair? Like this guy here is pushing out a ton of power. There's 20 million FE in there. And yet not even a couple thousand are getting into these guys. You posted your setup in the Discord. I'll take a look here in a second. I'm going to try to get all 12 of these upgraded and then replace the ones that are there with these. And then take those and upgrade those, I think. That way I have 2 sets to go all the way up with.
Lex Unam says,
Got it.
A lot of SFM can charge them quickly but not erase the code. John, you help nothing.
What? It's a lot of SFM can charge them quickly, but not here's the code. Got it. All right, there's that one. Did I tell it to go? Yeah, it is going. Okay. So I've got 7 of them, which means I think I'm gonna have to do this again, right? So 12 of those, 12 of these, 24 of those, and then a bunch of diamonds again. I don't have the energy to turn on my PC and send it. That's okay. That is fine. It's not a problem. I understand the steps that I have to go through, at least for now, right? This part, very simple, makes sense to me. The next part, also very simple, makes sense. I basically just keep upgrading through the tiers and that's it. However, once I get to starting to make these ones, the draconic ones, and I need the awakened draconian blocks, that's the part that's a little more complicated just because I don't want to have to go kill the ender dragon 150 times. Granted, I don't know how many times it takes, but I'm only getting 4 blocks back there.
Thing for time one still works in this version.
Unfortunately not. It does not. I wish it did, but it does not. But after this one's done right here, then I'll break all of the ones that are there. Pick them up. I only have 11. Did it not finish? I don't think I let it finish. I think I needed to leave those up until the craft in the middle was done. And I don't think I did. So, in that case, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then it was a wyvern core, right? Or maybe it just didn't have all of it in there. By the way, I do need one of these. There. This guy goes in here. Content saved. So this one is the one that's supposed to go in here. What did I do wrong? Why? Oh, it's because they're not set to single item anymore. What am I doing wrong? That's right. I need 2 draconium cores. Oh, they're on the same thing. That would cause an issue. So now I can craft that. Okay. Hopefully that's the last one I need. 11 is good enough unless you got OCD. I think Lex was saying you need 12 for the last one. Use the big ones for the previous one. It'll be faster. I should have. You're right. I should have. Okay. Now we're done. Break those. Break these. Pick them up. Take the 12 new ones. 2, 3. Perfect. Single item on all of them. Okay, so then those go in there. And we were saying I can craft through JI. Assuming I can find it. Craft it. It still charges so slowly. You need 12 for the chaotic core. Yeah, you need 12 for the big one. So I'm just taking 2 sets and upgrading all the way to the top tier with them. That's the goal. That's what we're going for. Okay. All right, there's the first one. Is there a way to just keep clicking craft? Is there a way to make this just keep going? Anyway. Does it accept a redstone signal? Possibly? Or do I actually have to hit this button every time?
Click in the idle. There's something THA says, show recipes, and then look for the recipes in there. No need for other stuff.
Okay. Click in the middle. Something that says show recipes. And look for the recipes. Okay, I think that's too... Oh, so we're looking at this guy. Show recipes. I don't remember how to look at his recipes. I don't remember how to do that. You choose it is just a redstone signal. So if I were to grab a lever, if I provided a constant one, will it keep going, or does it have to have like a? I'm just tired of hitting the button over and over again. You know, any clocks less, or does it have to have like some sort of like? Okay, so that doesn't work. So I do have to have something like a timer. That's fine, timer. Make me one of those. That'll take 2 seconds. Place it down right there. And that'll keep it active and keep it going. Sweet. So while that's running, so close to being spelled right. Draconic, the awakened bee, spawn egg, fusion crafting from a draconian bee, which is a draconic bee spawn egg. Okay. That's not too bad. Clarify the chaos beast spawn egg is also crafted from an awakened. So I need to create 15 draconian bee spawn eggs, right? So that I can use 5 for draconium, 5 for awakened, and 5 for chaos. Does that make sense? You should be able to make mystical agriculture seeds for the draconium. There are those. That's a good point. I didn't think about that at all. I just assumed MA was going to be nerfed into the ground for that. Just 20 because you don't need more draconium. Just 10 because you don't need more draconium. That's a good point. I also don't need more draconium. Would we go the mystical ag route for this? Because if so, then I can just make 5 for the chaos. And this seems like a pretty... You just need bees for the shards. Yeah, for the chaos shards, right? Dude, this is so nice, not having to come in here and click it every time. And it just crafts everything for me. Big fan of that. The issue is you need the crux for the seeds. Draken, crux, 1, 2, 3, and a dragon. That's not bad.
The issue is you need crux for the seed.
That doesn't seem... Because that's just 1 heart plus another. That's just 2 dragon hearts. Plus whatever you need for the seeds, which is just a couple ingots. That doesn't seem bad, at least. It does seem like it's a lot cheaper and easier than the bee. I think I'm probably going to go this route for that. How close are we here? One more? Okay, so... Because I think if I did that, correct me if my math is wrong, I create 1 set of awakened draconium ingots, which should give me 4 blocks. I take 3 of them here. I take the other one, I split it into ingots, and I make the seed with it. And then I have to have 1 more heart, and that's it, right? How did you automate the draconic thing? You come in here, you find your recipe. So like in this case, I was creating... Oh, whatever. Just pick something. Doesn't really matter what it is. It has to be one of these crafts. Well, that's unfortunate. Nothing. This here. And then you control click this and it'll place it all in here. So for me specifically, at draconian, I'm creating the purple ones of these, but if I were to create other ones, you come in here. Where's it at? This. And then you could shift click and place this and it would put all of your items in everything for you like a crafting table. Yeah. So that way, I'm crafting 12 of those at a time. It throws all of those in there and then you just put a timer on it apparently. And it'll constantly send like a pulse, a redstone pulse. And every time that pulse hits, it'll activate and start it. Which is awesome. Okay. So it's not like super automated, but it's a little bit more automated. For the next tier of injectors, it would be this tier. I do need the awakened draconian blocks. So let's go ahead and create these. Draconium core 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus a heart and 4 draconian blocks. Okay. So 6 of these. 4 blocks. Plus a heart. I should have 2 of. I just have 1 of, so I'm gonna have to go get another one of those. But for now, like I was saying, if we have this here.
Lex Unam says, you're missing the most important build. You need the John Hall logo in the buildings. I
do need to add that. You come in here to this, you can shift click that and it'll just put everything where you want it to be. And then the redstone pulse will automatically start the craft for you. So I've got to go get a heart, which means I got to go kill the Ender Dragon once. And then, just hope it hits Loot Pinata and I get a ton of them. And then you also can speed this up if you really wanted to. So I've got those. So 3 of those will go to the crux. Those will come here. Awakened. The seeds. 4 Insanium and Prosperity Seed Base. Insanium. 4 insanium real quick. Prosperity seed base. And then it'll take 4 of those. And then the crux. I have everything. What? Go back. How many? I need 4 more insanium. I really should have these set up on some sort of autocraft, but I don't. And currently that is using my crystal, so I'm just going to let that run. I'm going to go kill the dragon real quick. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Here. Should be here. It's not. Here. This should work. Did I respawn? No, I killed him without respawning him. No, I killed him without breaking the crystals last time. So end crystals. Crystals, these guys really should make a pattern of that because that's going to be a pain. There we go. Throw it in here. Give me 4 of those. Thank you. How close is this to finishing? It is actually pretty close, so I'm going to wait for it to finish. And then I'm going to start the next one because I just need 4 more insanium. I turned off all the noise and I love it. This is the point where Tortzen comes in and tells me I need the multi-block quantum crafter because it would make this craft so much faster. And I agree with him and tell him he's right. But then also still don't do it. 100% that's exactly what should happen right now. Oh, I almost one-shotted him. Hey, get back over here. Thank you. Okay, hit E. We did get another heart. Is this a solo world? Yes, this is. It is a solo world that I'm doing world downloads on. There is an All the Mods 10 to the Sky server that I have set up for the community in case you're interested in joining. But this one in particular is a solo world. You're not wrong. You should do that. See, I told you. I told you. All right, there's that. Create 4 more of those. I'm going to go ahead and start with the crux. Awakened. Draconic crux. Throw that right there. Then I need those 4 to finish up, and we'll make the seed. In the meantime, I'm going to pick a place for it to go. Let's just pick one of the easy ones to get to, but I kind of want it to have 4 growth excels. So here, not this one, this one. Perfect. So then all I need to do is create the seeds, which I just need that to finish up 4. But that should be overall pretty simple. Should just be that in the middle. 1, 2, 3,
Lex Unam
4.
Says, did the ATM 10 server crashed? I swear I did nothing.
I have no clue. I haven't. Did somebody say something to me? Yours is set up like this. No. I like that setup. That's a good setup. Let me see. So you got a pattern provider and a router, and I assume the router chooses what goes where, or does it round robin single item? It probably round robin single items, right? And then it waits for the craft to be returned before it goes again. It's in blocking mode. That's got to be what it is. Let's see. I can actually go. Give me 2 seconds here. While this craft is running, because you know it's just going to do that. Remote into the server machine and double check it. Make sure it's not crashed. No, it's still on. TTS and the normal one are both still on and look like they're good. No memory leaks or anything. guys want to watch a pot boil? I feel like that's what we're doing right now. Being held hostage by my unwillingness to upgrade my autocrafting. There we go. Have to complain about it. In Danium, grab all 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we've got automated awakened draconium. Theoretically. I probably want to set up some sort of forced autocraft for it. But it does grow pretty quick, that's for sure. All right, I'm definitely going to build a dirt hole in. Dirt. Take that guy. Well, almost. Throw that back in there. Quantum crafter would help too. Yeah, it would. I don't, just to answer the question again, I don't think the ATM10 server has crashed. I think both of them are still up and awake and alive. So, awakened draconium essence. So if we're crafting this from essence, I assume the essence, oh, that's so slow. That's so slow. That's so slow. Okay. Did I ever create any sort of like actual quantum crafter? I did. Beautiful. Okay, so in that case, we're gonna add some more to it real quick. This is getting added to it. And then I'm gonna grab that one and this one, and probably that one out too. Inferium crystal. So I need to change this one from the inferium crystal to the master infusion crystal. Well, no. That. And then pull it back out and then throw it back in. And then I should be able to turn all of those on. And it should keep all my stuff a little more updated. Instead of having a million inferium, I'll have a whole bunch of supremium. And I could go ahead and throw the insanium one in there too if I really, really wanted to. We'll grab that one out. We do want to switch this back to that. Pattern providers with empty slots. And then put this in here and turn that one on too. Cool. I don't think I can take, I can't. Worth a shot. Okay. Insanium's going. We are getting a bunch of awakened draconic ingots. I'm probably going to turn these straight into ingots actually. So let me grab one more pattern for this. And then we'll put that in here too. That way I don't have to mess with it. And then we basically just have to wait for that to do more, right? And then once we have more of the awakened, how much does it cost to upgrade each one of these infusers? It should be in here, right? The awakened draconic infuser. Injector. This guy costs 1 block for each of them. Seems a little expensive, don't you think? And then wyvern cores and diamonds. Not bad.
Lex Unam says, if you want to save time and speed, turn inferium into blocks, then up to insanium, break the insanium into essence, and then break back, BCS if yo.
Because if you need the essence, the quantum will eat it. That's fair. That's a good point, and it would save some time. At draconic, and I'm looking for injectors. So this guy right here. So if I'm doing 12 of these, I need 24 wyvern cores, a bunch of diamonds, and then 12 awakened draconian blocks. Add 4 more of those. We got 24 of the wyvern cores. I need a bunch of diamonds. Grab 2 stacks of them. And then I said I needed 12 of the blocks. And then I need these 12 things. And then we can upgrade all 12 to the next tier. Show. How close are we to the awakened? Oh, not. We have 12 ingots. We can do one of them. Just one of them, though. Okay. Well, I mean, that is the next thing we need to do, right? Because we want to get that all the way upgraded so that we can make some really high tier armor and weapons prior to going to fight the Chaos Dragon. Is that a correct assessment on what we're doing? Because if so, what I might do is call it here and then just AFK and let that actually build up a little bit. And then we come back tomorrow and we finish crafting that. We set up all of our reactors and turbines and go from there. What do we think? Does that sound like a good plan? I feel like that might be the plan. Plus, we did stream for 4 hours. That's pretty good. That's a long time for me, at least. I usually just stream for like 2. Okay, all right. Well, that's the plan. All we have left before we get our first star is Draconic Evolution. We need, like we talked about, the Draconic Reactor core. We need the Chaotic core and the Chaotic Energy Controller, and then we're done. We got it all. And then from there, what we'll do is we'll start updating and upgrading our setups and actually start pushing for the Starry Bee. I don't think it's going to be very difficult. And then we're also going to probably try to create the Draconic Battery. I think this building right here is going to be expanded by like probably doubled. So it'll go out bigger in each direction. But that's the plan. That's going to be it for today. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. And I'm excited for tomorrow. So hang tight and we'll let this AFK and we'll get back to it tomorrow. Thank you guys. Bye, y'all.